Welcome to the Hands Invent Him. This is session number 1 entitled The Dark Tower. This is a continuation of the story we've covered in the past that has been seen in The Roots of Heaven and also the Golthias Tree. The Hands Invent Him will follow Nodder, Razorclaws, now known as the Bear Lord of Bearton, a town that was reclaimed by the denizens of the lands from a wicked and corrupt noble from the city of Nock, who had intended on deforesting a large portion of Taw and making it his own. He did not succeed in that endeavor because Nodder, after a wild series of adventures in the lands beyond the mists, was able to return with capable allies and enough currency to help him hire mercenaries. His problems have compounded since then, as lordship will often throw more issues upon the shoulders of those who take up the mantle. And at this time, the remnants of the aftermath of Roots of Heaven, the many undead that were left behind by the necromancer that fought at the doors of the crypt where the rebirth of the Lady of the Deep was occurring, have been taken control of by an unknown wizard or magic user. This magic user's source and location has been identified, but his identity has not, or their identity, more specifically, since we don't know whether they are even human or mortal at that. That being said, the group has moved through the lands of Taw to the western side, where the mountains form a natural barrier between Taw and the western marches. They have learned that the source is high up on a rocky hill, and they have learned too that on that hill that they have come to find, peeking up out of the forest line, is a dark tower. Roll credits. That said, you are already at the tower. You've traveled several days to arrive where you are. You've conversed back and forth with one another. You individuals know each other in character. Some of you know each other, as players to character, but different relationships to be sure. But I would like to go through the process of running us through the character introductions and just kind of explain your character kind of in scene. You're moving to what appears to be a large cavern entrance. There are a number of shambling undead that are about, but you've learned very quickly that they don't seem to have any goal other than slowly walking towards the tower. When you confront them, it's more or less just a mercy killing. You're really spending more time butchering the walking mounds of flesh than they are doing anything untoward. We will start, of course, with the Bear Lord, because why wouldn't we? David, go ahead and start by describing Nodder Razorclaws.
Nodder Razorclaws is a very tall, what looks like just a brown bear with human style hands and feet. He stands out in most areas because he's bear folk and those don't exist anymore. He'd probably be up close to our closest surveillance point for this tower, trying to also get a feel for the area. His nature is generally that of protect nature, and nature is anyone that connects to it. So he's very much a we live together type of person.
Okay. Anything in particular about his equipment that's noteworthy, or anything about his current actions that he's engaging in that you want to kind of point out?
He's got a sick axe that can slay evil plant type creatures that he got from his last adventure. He would just be surveilling for now.
Okay. And
looking to see any other motion out in the front.
Very focused, quiet, and intent. And to discuss the axe really quick, just to make sure that its importance is understood, the weapon is known as Tree Bar. Tree Bar was found buried inside of a tree, a very unnatural looking tree that seemed to pulse with life, more fauna than flora. And it came to be known that that tree was originally a living stake of wood that was impaled into the heart of the vampire Golthias Torinor in the Second Age during the War of Sword and Serpent, and there his body lie. During that time, buried underneath, his soul split, and one portion of his soul entered into the Shadow Realm and formed its own partition, a Dread Realm, which Nodder went into afterwards and dealt with the matters inside as well. And as he said, very quite rightly, the axe is very capable at murdering trees. Okay, that said, we'll move on to the next person. We'll go ahead and do Ballerina, who is a member of Nodder's crew as it stands. And real quick, I know we didn't discuss too much on it. She's yours. Do what you like.
Ah, jeez, that's a lot of pressure. So Ballerina, as far as I'm aware, she is a full half elf because she's fuckery. I don't know. You didn't give me a lot of info.
Okay, real quick update there.
I know about her brother, and that's about it.
I'll blur through it real quick, then. Sorry.
Thank you.
That's more than fair. So Ballerina is a legacy character. She was first featured a long time ago in a series called Song of the Sword, and started off as a character named Bellerin Saltena, but his soul was split in two due to time fuckery, as mentioned. And so the variant of him that took his place was Ballerina Saltina, and a much more capable paladin. And I say that because she survived during the Saga of Three Kings story. Bellerin was killed at Fort Raven. Unfortunately, not as capable as his sister. His sister has since left the Sentinel ship of the Serpent Oru, who was a dragon that was redeemed, but not really. So she felt bad that she was serving an evil dragon. She traveled east and has sided with Nodder after that to redeem herself by restoring balance and order to nature, which is the goal of any true sentinel of the wilds. And she very much is that, as she is a oath bound to the ancients, to the old trees. And anything you want to spin on it in her current position and what she's doing now.
Cool. Yeah. A lot more info than I was given.
I thought I wrote all that out.
No.
Oh, sorry.
You literally did not.
I'm the worst
scroll
dungeon
back
master
right now.
It's fine. You don't need to bring receipts. It's perfectly fine. I believe you.
Anyways, so she would probably be taking a look out, similar to Noter, but staying kind of close, like on guard.
Okay. Certainly, the crew that has kind of formed up with Nodder, his two closest companions, are, of course, Ballerina and a kobold named Meepo, who
The boy
was a part of the kobold tribe that was settled inside of the underground citadel where the tree of Golthias was found. He is a dragon shield, but he has since left the protectorship of the dragon Calcrix to join Lord Razorclaws and serve as his personal bodyguard. And He's also the
I'm the
unofficial yet
lucky one.
official team mascot. He is a red-scaled kobold with a white-scaled shield, and he's just a good boy. He's a good boy. He's certainly good. He's
Best boy.
also not a meme. Okay.
Despite you putting the memes today.
Nodder put out the call for mercenaries, sellswords, and the like. And one that he had already engaged with and Meepo had grown quite fond of was an individual named Belroth. Magpie, go ahead and give us a description of Belroth and an idea of what he's currently engaging in.
So he is primarily half elf, but does have it's dragonkin, right?
Draconic aspects, yeah.
Yeah, he has draconic aspects. He's been a member of the Grey Order for a while.
Quick note, hold on, sorry. She says gray, it's spelled Gray. The Grey Order that people who might be invested in the campaign setting understand is spelled with an E, and it is not the same. I will.
The Mercenary Guild.
It's just a mercenary group. It's not the Celestial Protectorates.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Yes. So I mean, since his last adventure, he's kind of just been doing usual mercenary stuff. Is a little bit more selective about the missions that he accepts at this point. He currently wields a sword that is kind of a combination of members of the team that he lost. He has like a little like reliquary on there, or potion type bottle from Namalia, and a pearl from Terry. And then the scabbard is actually got bits of like an old outfit that he had at the opera. But otherwise, he's pretty much same old, all right, we're here to kill shit, let's do this type of stuff.
And currently he is just also maintaining vigil, or are you...
Yeah, he would be watching, kind of keeping an eye. If anything shambles too close, he'd make sure it was disposed of.
Very good. The other mercenary that was hired into this group was an individual named Bait. Go ahead, Zach, with a description of Bait, please. Zach?
Yeah, so sorry.
Okay.
Bait is an older goblin. He is on the smaller side for a goblin, and it looks like he's been through a lot. He's got one of those looks that just says he's seen things. Bait is usually holding a lantern shield in one hand and some sort of a knife in the other one, whether it's a lash knife or a hook dagger or a whip dagger or something. And on his person, he's got a special pouch that I imagine right now he's got his hand inside of, with like one hand on the lantern shield and the other hand inside of a belt pouch, just waiting to pull something out of it and waiting for someone to tell him what to attack next.
And in the short time you've known Bait, you would know that the bag seems to have a endless supply of daggers of all different shapes and sizes and variations. And yeah.
One thing I want to say about the bag too, for those of you who have been paying close attention, inside of the bag, sometimes you'll see a little rat pop its head out of the bag.
Aww.
And every now and then when he reaches his hand down, it'll actually be the rat that hands him a knife that he needs.
Oh my god, I love that.
That's so cute.
There's just a little magic rat that lives in his pouch.
What a good boy.
Last but not
Poor
least,
girl.
The land of Baraton is not the only place affected by the undead menace and the strangeness of these undead kind of being present in the lands. The Elvish Enclave to the south of Ta, well, on the outskirts of Ta, has also been dealing with these problems. And so they have sent an advisor, a representative, to serve at Nodder's side as such and grant arcane knowledge. And that advisor is Penny Volka. And Jijo, go ahead. Did it wrong.
Panivalka is a member, or I guess a denizen of the Winter Elf Enclave, also known as the Hreve?
Correct.
She is the champion of the Hreve Enclave. She is kind of average height for an elf, maybe pretty tall compared to humans, with black hair, cut at the shoulder and kind of dark skinned. She is martially oriented, and she was sent away to learn blade singing, and has returned to serve the enclave and the surrounding area. She is kind of sent to advise on arcane concerns, but is also considering herself like a bit of extra martial power to help and to protect Noder. Not that Noder needs any protecting, but
Nodder definitely needs it.
she is 200 years old, so she's been around for a while. She knows a lot of stuff, and she is very dedicated to the laws and mores of her community, and is a kind and charitable person.
And as the smartest member of the party, I'm assuming you're doing something besides just staring around.
So right now we're at the base of the tower.
So you are actually outside of the base of the tower, correct? But the tower itself appears to be built into the stone structure. Like there are no doors to the tower. As you're looking at the base of this kind of cairn, this stone hill that it's seated inside of, you do see that there is a tunnel, and you do see that a couple of the undead seem to be meandering in that direction. Most of them have seemed aimless, but there's like a loose directionality to them. The couple that seem to be heading over that direction seem to have been kind of pinged or like maybe focused on to kind of pull them to this cave entrance.
Fair Lord, it appears that there's the undead are making their way into the tunnel. Should we follow?
I want to push in. Have we a way of keeping track of ourselves?
What do you mean?
Bait knows where Bait is. Bait will keep track of Bait.
Oh, Bear Lord, I believe you're asking if there's a map.
A map, or just? I'm sure we'll get lost in there.
Like, I've got some rope.
Wait, out of character, are we talking about the map?
I think what David's character is
Or
more
are you talking
addressing
about
is
tying a rope?
keeping connected to everybody and making sure we stay close.
Yeah. Nodder's scared that in a giant winding cave, everyone's gonna get broken up.
So I wanna let you know, quick aside, real quick, a point to take note of. Elizabeth and no other people in this game are playing Sen. So there's probably not much of a chance that someone's going to run off ahead and die horribly and require saving. So you should be good.
You guys haven't seen Bait yet.
There's always
And-
gotta be one.
There's like a
And that's
1
why-
in 6 chance that might happen.
All right. Then Nodder will light a torch and he will begin heading up the stairs
Okay, so you would
towards
note
the undead little
that-
troop.
as you can have been moving through the darkness that the actual preferred method of light source is bait. Bait has a lantern shield and can just have that up all the time.
Yeah, I have a hooded lantern in it too, so it's
This is definitely a new experience for you, David. You have hirelings. You don't need to carry your own torch.
and also bait doesn't mind being bait.
Bait.
The least stealthy rogue I've ever met. I'm assuming you,
Panivalka,
Bait's
go ahead.
on point.
go ahead, Chijo.
Panivalka would look to Sen. Wait, not Sen. To
Begins.
Bellarina.
Yeah.
Ah,
To Bellarina and to. Oh my god, my brain is really malfunctioning.
Belroth?
Belroth. And say, the
bell.
Bad Lord wishes for us to push forward. Come, let us not get separated.
Well, I'm following him, so
So if we're all front
Good, as
lines, do
you
we
should.
walk in like a horizontal line of 5, like across, or
It's not that wide, so it would actually be kind of a two people up front and kind of a situation where you unfold. But since it's not going to matter in the very immediate, you'll have time to kind of maneuver. I'm going to go ahead and shift us into the map at current. Hopefully nothing
would-
goes wrong with that. I'm going to shift ping and ask everybody if you can see where you're located.
Yep.
Okay, great. So as you kind of move through this cavern, you do follow behind an undead. Do you wish to just deal with it, remove it from your sight, or do you wish to follow it?
should probably follow it.
yeah, I want
Follow
to
it.
follow it.
Perfect. So as it hold on, it's a zombie. As you follow it, you would note that it comes into this very large chamber after a fashion, and it looks as though this chamber has the base of the tower in it. It appears to move up towards the steps. And make its way up onto this little veranda here as it does. So, and it looks like it's kind of not veering towards the door at the back wall of that, which you can't see yet, but it looks
Can't
like it's
see.
maneuvering around this kind of wall position here, like so. Do you follow it close enough to watch what happens, or do you stay back a distance?
Not
I think I want to keep it in the light unless someone tells me not to.
yeah, Nodder would want to be close.
Okay, then go ahead and move on up.
So like there.
Okay, so you'd see it kind of slowly walking this direction.
I'm gonna move out a little to keep the light on it.
Perfect. As you move up, you see that there's tiling kind of on the ground that seems to be slightly raised, but not like massively so. It steps into this strange square of tiling, and as it kind of places itself in the middle of it, you watch as its body turns bright purple, and then it discorporates into ash. The ash falls onto the ground, and then you hear this loose kind of, and the dust seems to blow past you folks out the door and onto the ground. And you realize that the ground around the stairs and in front of it seems to be a slightly kind of grayer color, or there's gray throughout, which you assume is the buildup of ash, as these undead seem to be being destroyed.
Holy shit!
So the tower is destroying them.
It would seem so. If you
But
have
like in a really weird fashion.
if you have Arcana trained, you can make an Arcana check.
I do not.
I feel like it's probably trapped.
26 is really high. You immediately recognize what has happened. The purple energy that was displayed here as the form of the undead was destroyed. The physical form of it was destroyed. Its negative energy, or energy from the plane of shadow, was consumed by the tower. It would seem that whoever this wizard is, or whoever the source is collecting.
It seems like the tile was prepared to consume the undead. It's collecting their energy.
Perhaps
Okay.
make something more powerful.
The last time a
Perhaps.
necromancer did something like this, you spent a long time in another dimension. I'd rather stop this before that happens.
Do I get the idea that it's these markings that are kind of like charged?
If you
With
kind
the
of
trap?
step up onto the dais and look at where it's stepped, you'll see that the kind of dark gray stone seems to form a kind of grid around a circle on the ground. The circle on the ground appears to be 3 blood drops, one larger in the center. And it appears that the exterior ring of this design and the blood markings themselves appear to be lined with runes. And as you kind of look closer, it's very fine detail work. If you were looking at it at a distance, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's a very small print. But as you kind of maneuver over to it, it looks like this carving into the stone, quite a permanent fixture, appears to denote that this is a very specific form of craft magic. Craft magic being magic that's permanent, established, and placed by a very powerful spellcaster to create a field. Fields of craft magic are, think of it like a lair for like a monster. It's basically something that they have created to establish themselves and give them power over a location.
Okay, I would share that with the group.
You would also note that there are a couple more stairs that lead up, a massive double door in the center that appears to be made entirely out of bronze. The blood patterning symbols seem to be present in relief on the doors. You would notice that there are 2 staircases that move up to 2 landings, where there are 2 more doors, smaller than the others, off to the sides. On the floor, there are some more markings, and they appear to also have magical notations on them. One appears to be a darker colored blood drop with wings. One appears to be a skull head right at the opening of the door, and the other 2 appear to be a single blood drop within a double circle. Looking at them, Panavolka would note that they are not charged like the other 2 symbols in this kind of entrance hall are. They don't appear that they are active, but could be activated.
It appears that these are inert, as far as I can tell.
Are there more undead around?
What's that?
Are there more undead around?
One leans in behind you and moves over. Like as you're, I said there were 2 that you were kind of following. You followed the one. I would say that it moves and steps and dies.
Would we be able to like throw it on the one drop and see if it like went off?
Nothing happens. If you grab it, it seems to struggle with you, but not like fight you to try and go to where it was. What just happened?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh,
Oh,
My internet dropped.
okay. Well,
I'll tell it not to do it again.
I think it's fixed now. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
No worries. But yeah, it doesn't do anything on any of the other markers. Do you let it complete its circuit and get to the destroy zone, or do you put it out of its misery before it can?
destroy
I
zone.
would, yeah. You want to let it?
What, like the skull?
No. You place it on each of the markers. It does nothing to it. I'm asking.
Yeah.
It is struggling with you the whole time, but you're not her, so you're able to just maneuver the thing as you please.
Yeah.
It is trying to go to the square with the 3 blood symbols. It wants to be destroyed by the weird magic. But do you destroy it in another means so that it does not get onto the platform? Or do you let?
Yes.
Got you.
Or do you
yeah,
let it?
I'll crush it.
Okay. As you finish it, the body falls to the ground, not turning to dust. As it lays there, you see its eyes flare bright purple, and its head twist and look towards you, Nodder. Even though you basically just like rend it and then drop it, it kind of looks over at you. And you see it kind of staring at you with these strange purple eyes, and then the purple
Nodder
eyes
pulls his head back real quick.
fade to dark.
Can I determine what kind of magic that was?
Do you think you already know?
Uh, not laughing skull. I don't know, something.
Specifically powerful undead spellcasters can see through undead they control.
That's what I
Mm,
thought. Yeah.
It's called Lich Sight. So it's pretty much the case. You're certain that Nodder, at least, his presence is known.
I believe that was the master of the tower looking at you, Bear Lord.
You'd also note as this conversation is happening, the skull at the doors turns purple for a second, and its inert state is no longer inert.
Great.
Oh no, I was gonna open the doors next.
We got 2 other doors that we can open.
There are 2 other doors.
2 more doors.
Where are the other 2
follow
doors?
Over here and over here.
Ah,
So, how would you like to
Uh,
proceed?
Door?
Definitely a door.
Nate,
It's
would
already
you
out of
be
the-
able to determine if these doors are
Uh.
trapped?
Ballerina, you're supposed to be the more logical one.
Nobody else is moving.
All right.
Well, it's fine if
Nodder.
the rogue can inspect.
Zach?
Oh, Nodder.
We said BRB.
Oh, beer.
Oh, yeah, Nodder will just push open the door.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Bear
enough.
Lord, wait, we have a rogue that can check for traps.
And as you push
That
the
is
door open,
True.
it does open. Exit out into a strangely shaped room. The strangely shaped room has a single column on the lower level and a higher level that has a step that ascends to it. On the southern wall, the curved wall, there appear to be a number of small slits that look like they appear outwards. These are strangely arrow slits, but there's nowhere for one to stand and fire out of.
Can't see
It's absolutely
So-
strange. However, Panavolka, you recognize that the column in this room is an arcane battery, and it's part of the field magic that's present. If one were a capable spellcaster and a part of the field that's present in this castle, they could stand on that square near the column and fire as many magic missiles as they'd like out of the arrow slits at oncoming attackers.
That's kind of cool, though.
Not as many as you like, all the time.
Right.
An infinite usage of.
You said
the
it's called an
personal spell.
arcane battery?
Correct.
I can't see.
I don't know why.
But
I'm blind.
Oh, because Bates not there. The guy we said was gonna be your light source.
Oh, I don't have light. Got you.
There it is.
It makes sense now.
There is another door upstairs.
There's another little skull
Here?
in this room too.
So wait. So this is where you stand to fire missiles, right?
Correct.
And
Right.
how about this? What is this skull over here?
Great question. Nodder jumps up and basically just mounts up onto the ledge and climbs up that way and says, "What's that?" and then walks over and stares at it. There is
Yeah.
a strange death symbol that's kind of present behind the battery. Looking at it, to try and get behind the battery to mess with its arcane writings or anything, you would have to step on that space. And Panavolka, if you get up there, climbing up there, and see it, you would notice that it is a ward that is present, a part of the field magic of this place, presumably placed there to protect the battery from any fuckery.
It's a ward placed to protect the battery from any fuckery.
well, I'm not fucking around with that.
Are we able to break these?
I don't believe that I have the arcane know-how to disable them. Out of character, right?
You don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a part of a larger magic that seems to be kind of tower wide.
It's a very big operation they've got going on here.
We may be able to learn more further into the tower.
Makes sense.
Okay. Do you move up to the next door and do likewise?
Is there a door in here?
I'm assuming that you move around the skull ward very gingerly, right?
Nodder?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have done that.
You just step over
I
it?
did go over it, yeah.
You sure?
He did get a warning though from Panavalka about it being like
All
a
right.
protection.
Big danger zone. Danger no.
So, David, I'm going to ask again. Do you just step over it?
He stepped over it.
See a bright
Oh my
flash of purple come from the ward, and Nodder, you're reduced to 0 hit points.
Oh my god!
You are walking in a direction, you kind of tumble and fall and hit the stone away from the ward. Panavalka, you would know that the ward appears to be still charged.
Belroth is literally just like, what the fuck?
We don't have a healer.
Meepo, no, pulls out a potion.
My lord!
Almost immediately, you see Bates' hand that's been in his bag come out and flings a dagger straight at Noder.
I know where this is going and they don't. I love this. Tell them what happens.
So the dagger hits, and you like see it, like it stops spinning, hits into like the side of like Noder's hip, and it's a lifesaver
Belroth
dagger.
has his
Roll it.
weapon
Amazing.
out and is just like, what the fuck is going on?
Roll the attack. Roll for the lifesaver.
Do I have to roll against an unconscious
Yeah.
creature?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
the point
okay.
of it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do
so
this. How do I do
Belroth
this?
literally has his sword drawn and it is pointed at Bait.
Okay, so you have advantage. It's not a natural
Yeah.
20, but it's enough to hit him. So the dagger hits, and you see its blade kind of glow for a second as it stabs. Doesn't do any damage, but it seems to stabilize Nodder's dying state.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to own up to it.
Meepo is kind of panicked, kind of like going through his own stuff, and pulls out a potion, and his one-shot resource will be used here. And it is 8d4 plus, what is it, 16? Hold on. Let me look up healing potions. Healing potion. A lot of excitement. Potion of superior. What is that one? 8d4 plus 8. Not are you regain that many hit points. Ah! Pouring it down the bear's mouth. You restore to consciousness. You definitely feel dumber for the experience.
Edward, I will remind you not to step over any additional wards or runes in the tower.
Maybe we shouldn't leave you alone. Come stand over here by me.
There goes in the middle.
Before he stands over there, Bait needs Bait's knife back.
Reaches down. It's stuck in the fur. You just kind of pull it out. There's no wound.
Nodder gasps a little. He'll pat me on the back and thank him. He'll get up very ashamed.
Elaine is just shaking her head at you.
There's a whole nother door.
I might be too old for this.
There's a whole nother door. How would you like to proceed?
Let's open
Bait
it.
first, please.
Okay.
Bait first.
Bait
please.
first. Bait first.
Bait,
That
with
makes
just like
the
a
most sense.
cursory glance, you can see that there's no traps or anything.
Nope.
The door is very similar to the one that you just passed through. It looks like it's openable, easy enough. Do you wish to open the door?
Yes.
Upon opening the door, you are greeted by a startled figure that turns and looks at you very confused and scared. The creature in front of you, having adventured quite a bit, you would recognize as a wight. However, it has this strange kind of glowing like aura about it that's similar to what remained after the zombie was destroyed by the rune outside. As it turns to face you angrily, it kind of takes up a defensive stature and brandishes a blade. How would you like to proceed?
I mean, we pop it, right? Not just voting pop it.
Okay. I
Yeah,
guess we're-
we just need to roll initiative, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like that's the case. Yep, let's do that.
Yeah.
The option
Hang
of
on.
shutting the door and not dealing with that was also on the table, but it doesn't
No.
sound like it was on the table for this party.
That was not the
No.
party that we rolled, John. Come on.
No.
We literally had one person drop already and all looked around and went, oh shit.
How many
We're
minutes
only-
are we
We're
in?
only good at the first part of combat, not the second part.
See, we're 40 minutes in and we've already had one down.
Damn.
You know,
It's
if
the
John,
main guy.
Don't step on this thing. It's fine. I'll step on it.
I really wasn't thinking about where I was walking until he said, "You walked around that carefully, right?"
The answer is supposed to be yes.
I didn't. Well, I wasn't thinking about it.
We all
No,
make
but
choices.
It's more fun when you narc on yourself.
All right.
Zargoth Blade Lord. Let's go.
All right, Elka, you're first. You would recognize that this strange undead creature seems to have been empowered by necrotic energies, as if they were being funneled into it from the runes outside. Proceed as you like.
Okay, so we'll use a bonus action to start the blade song.
Real quick note. Just I want to make sure you all are aware of this. I want to stress this very, very much.
Oh no.
This is a dungeon setup. There may not be a lot of great places for rests. Your resources are limited. So before
Oh,
you
shit, how many of
decide
these do I have?
2 uses of Blade Song. So if you are not certain that the fight is something that's warranting of resource spending, you may want to hold on tightly to your superior healing potions that have already been wasted, or you could go balls to the walls and just use everything you got right on this one white that you've met right at the front door. Your call.
Hey,
Let's
But
go.
that white fight will be fucking awesome.
It will be epic.
Maybe it's not so much on the next couple of fights, but yeah. But
Again,
I
We've
this party
waited
was
our
built
whole
for the
lives
first
for
half
this.
of combat.
I know I want to see you blade sing as well, but if you don't think this
No,
is worth it,
that's a good call. So, full disclosure, I rarely ever play a melee character, and I've never played Blade Song. Didn't realize that I was so limited.
yeah,
So, good call. Thank you for the heads up.
no problem.
Let's cantrip. So I am going
Still a
to
wizard.
use
Of course.
my boom and blade cantrip. No, I'm lying. I'm sorry. Oh wait, no. I'm going to use this cantrip.
Okay. What is your alignment?
Good.
Okay. So that means that it will have advantage on its saving throw against it. As you
What
start
dick.
to form the spell and cast it, you notice that the 2 rings or 2 squares that are encapsulating its position seem to have this dual dynamic. The closest one seems to be where the necrotic energy that is fueling it is sourced. The one on the outside seems to be protecting it from any leakage of any good entering in. So as you attack from outside of this position into it, it seems that it has a protective ward against your goodliness. Con saving throw with advantage. DC 17 did not get it. So it will suffer the effects. Disrupt Undead does that many damage. And the spell description states... Yep, all good. So you watch as the undead creature shakes a part of it, And you see that dust seems to kind of travel off of its pale, sickly flesh. But you also notice that it is quite corporeal and quite structurally sound, even after what damage you've seen obliterate lesser undead. All right, that was your move. You still have some movement.
Can I, since I, yeah, I still have movement, so I'll end here.
Okay. And do you have any other, or no bonus actions, right?
Correct.
Okay. Moving on. Nodder, you are next. You've walked into the room uncaringly. You step up to the creature. You are definitely good. So any attacks you make against it will have disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I will still go for a 200 feet bar attack.
Go with it. 17 will miss.
No.
As
I
the
get
blade
2.
comes in, it raises the blade it's holding, catches the axe, and drives it down. Second attack. You kind of bring it up, just haberdashily, and it very quickly kind of sweeps its blade to deflect. It's almost looking like, to those who capable sword folk on the outside who are seeing this, that it's precognitively blocking these attacks. Like
It's
the
too
ward is
simple.
allowing to see it slowly move towards it. Bait, on the outside, you're up. Zach, you there?
Yep, I should be able to get to here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pull out the lash knife.
Okay.
Try and make an attack with that.
I assume it was sitting up on your ear the whole time. Your alignment?
I believe he is chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Yes, chaotic neutral.
A little bit more of a gray area fellow, what with the hired killing and all. That tracks. So go ahead and make your attack. No disadvantage. So 24 will hit.
Does a 15 also hit?
It does not.
Okay.
And you aren't activating the knife, right?
What's that?
Are you activating the lash knife?
No.
Okay. For those who
No,
are curious,
that was for Blade Fuhrer.
Got it.
If both attacks
No,
hit.
I know. I was just wondering if you were
Yes,
turning
right.
it into poison or not.
No, sorry, new character sheet. We have to check the boxes and the right things. So that's
27.
it would be piercing, not slashing. I imagine he runs behind and gets a quick stab in as he runs past.
Gotcha.
So 27.
Perfect. Yeah, rushes in, does a quick cut across the hamstring, and then rushes to the corner. It seems to be quite wounded by that, but still very capably standing. This is definitely a hardier fighter, possibly more of a challenge than some of you have dealt with in a while. Belroth.
Okie doke. Let's see. Would he be able to see? I don't think he can see in there. Okay.
You can walk in.
Yeah. So he would move into there.
Mhm.
And then he would attack. Now, I don't know if this sword is updated. I can't remember.
Should be.
Okay. All right. So he would go ahead and attack.
Is Belroth alignment good?
Yes.
Okay, so both attacks will miss. And you notice that there's a strange disruption coming from the square around the creature. It seems to have a protection field. All right, Ballerina.
We're going to step in here and give out a good old sacred flame.
Okay. And is your alignment good?
Good.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It will make its dexterity saving throw with advantage, but it will still
Figures.
fail. As the radiant hit strikes it, you notice that it seems to be super effective. It sears the flesh in a more damning way, burning the white flesh away from its body and revealing the just fetid kind of nature underneath. It seems like
Nice.
the what makes up the creature on its interior has rotted, and it's foul and odious. Ballerina, anything else?
No, just making note of the
Okay.
door in this opening. That's it.
The strange creature will, with the sword in its hand, draw its fingers across the length of the blade, causing it to turn black and wavy. Then swings the blade twice, using both of its hands to do so. One attack against the Blade Singer. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
You take 11 slashing and 9 necrotic. Its second attack against the Bear Lord. 15 misses, right? Nutter?
Yes, it misses.
Okay. You show the same kind of annoyance at blocking it. And then it's annoyed at that. It kind of moves the sword off to the side, dragging Tree Bar, and rushes its hand straight towards the Bear Lord's throat.
Wow.
18,
What an asshole.
18 misses. You basically just shove your pauldron into its hand and slide it away. You are familiar with wights. If they touch you, they drain your life. And you were able to deflect that as well, even though it had advantage. On 1, because he never rolls initiative because he always gets forgotten, but not this time. We're making a gimmick. Meepo runs in.
Meeple!
And when he gets to that position, he's going to use his action, because he's an NPC, to try and knock him on his ass. So he will make an athletics check. And he does so with advantage for the purposes of shoving. The creature will make his athletics check. Not with advantage, but Meepo bounces off of the legs of the strange white creature and does nothing. He is saddened by it, but he kind of moves into a position where he's not standing so much like he's next to Belroth, more like he's kind of standing kind of in front of Belroth, ready to shoot out his shield to block any attacks that come at Nodder. All right.
Oh, hey.
Panavolka.
Okay, so I forgot I have an extra attack. So we're gonna attack with the rapier. That'll miss.
Okay.
And then we'll do another disrupt.
Did you only... Oh, hold on a second. So, do you have a feature that lets you cast a spell and attack?
Yeah.
Okay. That's right, that's right. You can attack as a bonus action.
It says I can attack twice instead of once. And I can cast
Go ahead.
what?
Go ahead, say what you're going to say there.
And I can cast one of my cantrips in place of one of those attacks.
Got it, perfect. That's right. It's the Blade Singer special.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Disrupt Undead, it's making its saving throw, again with advantage. It will succeed this time, so it will take no damage. All right. On 19, Nodder.
Nutters pulls his arm back in and goes for another tree bar attack.
Okay. That one will work. No rage currently, so we're
No
talking
rage.
12. All right. As you smash into the chest of this thing, kind of breaks open a bit. It's bleeding heavily all over the ground. But what you notice that's really strange is it looks like its bones, which you now get a kind of peek at, aren't made out of bone material. Instead, it looks like this thing is built up out of tree limbs.
Shove off. What is this thing?
Second attack.
I guess Nodder would actually feel emboldened by this because it seems like he feels like in his head it will work better against tree limbs.
The second attack misses and very quickly, deftly parries the attack away. As you're kind of moving the axe back and kind of looking at it, getting ready for the second attack, the word tree bar written in Elvish on the head of the axe seems to kind of glow a faint green. Nodder, done. Bait,
This
you're
is
up.
spooky stuff.
Same attack.
Rushing in its back. 12 will miss. All right.
This is going to be nope. Second attack recklessly with the offhand.
He's got to attack recklessly. He's going wild.
21
That'll work.
and 15 misses. So
Just regular.
it's another 18 damage.
As you kind of watch it, feeling face to face with Nodder, you see your advantage rush into the back of its thigh, swinging almost deadly into its back end. You come about with a second attack angrily as the first attack misses, and you cleave into its leg heartily. Belroth. Muted.
Yeah, he's just a hack and slash.
Okay. You are a good boy, but that will still hit. That'll work. Okay. Second attack. That'll miss. Ballerina.
That first one looked so good, so we're gonna go for a second Sacred Flame.
All right.
It did roast him.
I did roast him.
He will fail again. And
Beautiful.
as you call forth Allowain's grace and bring forward its power, or her power, it drops the bolt of radiance onto the white's head and seems to go straight through like a shot. It seems to stand there for a second, and you see this purple kind of glow on the inner circle, and then the second circle, this purple kind of fading. Its body drops to the ground, but you see that purple energy that lingered where the zombie was before, and then it kind of disappears, and the body turns to ash on the ground before you. All right. Combat concluded. You see that there is a death marker on the
Don't
ground.
step on that.
Not
Now Rob will like
He's
push
just like,
him around it.
this is a lot. He sees that, he's just like, ah. Like just imagining him overstepping by one step.
As the combat concludes, Bait will like look around the room, and then you see him like cock his head to the side, and then he counts out loud 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, nobody stayed out of the fight and just shot from behind. Everybody fight with Bait this time, and a little tear starts to roll down his cheek.
Mifo walks over to Bait and just puts his arm around him. It's pretty fucking rad, huh? You gotta hang out with the Bear Lord, he's awesome.
This Bear Lord. Oh, he's just at a loss for
Every
words.
time someone says Bear Lord, Nodder just cringes on the inside.
Panavolka, the thing that caught your interest during this fight was the room to the south. Ballerina, the thing that caught your interest in this engagement was the door behind the creature.
This one.
Correct. And if you go into the room, Panavolka, you see that on the wall, the southern wall, there's a beautiful kind of etching and painting that appears to be a kind of landscape scene of what appears to be a cathedral with a person standing outside of it. And it looks like this.
Ooh.
Yo, that's
Nodder,
familiar.
as you move
That's familiar.
to look at it, you recognize it as being the Abbey of St. Markov, a site of interest inside of the Demi space the Dreadlord Gulthias ruled in.
Oh, I remember that one.
It was where
He spent
the
Thanksgiving there.
Solar abbot of the abbey was making brides for Gulthias, which were constructs made of parts of women to make the perfect bride for Gulthias. So he was very particular and was looking for a very specific individual. So the abbot was trying to remake her.
Ew.
Powerful. Was he the Bishi blonde boy?
Hmm?
Was the abbot the Bishi blonde boy? With the
Yes.
Scythe?
No, you never fought
No.
him. He was blonde though.
Oh, I remember Abbott
Yeah.
with many.
Hey, yeah, bad.
The druid had a very creepy conversation over a meal while you
With-
were upstairs looking at huge blood stains and sneaking around.
That was terrifying.
Good times were had by all. But yeah, that's what you see on the wall
Memories.
painted.
Otter had memories.
Now, the reason why I said the door was interesting to the paladin is your religious training tells you that the door marker indicates a symbol very similar to your own holy symbol, the holy symbol of Alloane, goddess of life and death. However, this one is upturned. The moon is pointed down, as is the star, indicating that this is the site of a death cult. The door does appear to be just like all the other doors and is easily pushable open if you wish.
And as Nodder turns and leaves the room,
I think
he'll
you're
look
muted,
to-
Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. There wasn't another door in this one, though, was there?
No.
Okay. Well, let's go through this door.
Okay.
well,
Nodder was saying?
no, he'll look to Penny Volca and Ballerina as elves, or at least half elves, and ask like, do you guys know anything about like the runes on my axe? And he'll bring it closer. He's like, it was glowing when I killed that white.
The both of you read it. It's literally written in the most basic of Elvish writing. It just says tree bar on both sides of the axe. And the magic
The
the magic that seems to be imbued in it seems to be strange for elves, because elves typically don't craft weapons that do damage to plants. But the enchantment Panavolka would note, and also Ballerina would note, is the bane of plants.
Which is interesting, but it is just the name.
Okay.
Wait, it does damage to plants?
Extra damage
Yes.
to plants, yeah, you bet.
Yeah, it
If
was very handy.
you go
I fought many
into
bushes.
handouts, items, and click on tree bar, you can see the stats. And that's what it looks like. The axe handle is carved from wood of a vampiric tree, and the weapon weighs half as much as a normal battle axe. You get +1 to attack and
Oh
damage
my
rolls.
gosh, it must fly like butter.
Oh yeah, when you hit a plant creature, it does an extra d8 damage. When a creature of non-good alignment wields the axe, it turns into thorny handles that will try and kill you.
Yeah, that's
But-
never happened.
It also allows you to restore better, as it is a symbol of growth.
Balance.
But yeah, it seems that the only exits out of this place are the door with the death cult marker and the door you came in. Meepo is very much standing next to Nodder wherever he is, always. Even if the token placement does not represent that, I will maneuver it at the beginning of combats as such. But he is literally, anytime you're moving forward, he'll kind of go, look around on the ground, and like if he sees something he doesn't understand, like he'll keep on like tugging on your shirt. And in the time you've been training with him, he has gotten much stronger than he was. So he's not as strong as Nodder, but he is pretty swole. And he'll like tug, and you'll feel him, and you kind of look down at him, and then he'll kind of like look at it, look over to, Panavolka, like, is this okay? And if
Yeah,
Panavolka just
it's
kind of,
okay. It's okay, Meepo. It's a
Meepo just
crack.
getting bigger and bigger.
It's the decorative tile this
It's
time.
that's just a bit of dust.
Oh, okay.
But the last time you said it was dust, it wasn't as big, so I had to ask again. Sorry.
It was different dust. If you wish to open the door, you can, or you can go back out the way you came. Your call.
Just for my curiosity, is the symbol, you said it's carved into the door?
Correct.
Okay, dang. Can't flip that. Yeah, we'll open it.
Upon doing so, you enter into another small chamber. This chamber in front of you, you can see a symbol on the ground. It appears that it is a skull with two blood symbols. There's a small alcove off to the left and another small alcove further down on the left. On the right side, you see a small shelf, probably about 3 foot high, more of like a counter, really. And laid out on it are a series of tools, not displayed in the map image, but a series of tools. The tools in question look like they are butcher's tools, tools used to kind of cut meat from a carcass in very particular methods, interspliced with surgeon's tools. It looks like they are all well used.
Makes
They dirty?
sense.
They are dirty.
Not very sanitary.
Not very sanitary at all. And the room definitely has a certain coppery smell to it. Kind of the
Ew.
aftermath of bloodiness.
They chop it up.
Nodder, as you kind of move to the alcove to the south there, you would see that in this chamber, there appears to be another familiar sight to you, another painting on the wall. You remember walking to the edge of the space of Gulthias' realm. You remember the Bitterheart Forest, where the souls inside were basically twisted in death. And you see what appears to be a very similar artist's rendition.
That's just fucking gnarly.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah. Nara would be tripped out by this. Step out. He's
The
tied way too heavily.
the floor does not appear to be active. It does appear to be inert.
So it's okay to step on.
Well,
There,
look-
Lord.
In theory.
It appears to be inert. It should be safe to step over.
It's still scary, then.
Nara would look back at the guys and be like, "Do you guys see the same painting I see?"
yeah, you all do see the same stuff you see.
Yeah.
Inside of this room, it's just a small 10 by 10 room. On the floor, there is paneling. The paneling is similar to the slightly raised gray paneling we've seen throughout. Like, when I say slightly raised, maybe like an inch off of the ground, kind of up out of it. This is the same styling, but it's set in the ground. It's not up. And it's white instead of like a dark gray. Other than that, this room appears to have no other important notes. Panavolka, you kind of look down at it and then look up at the ceiling and would see that the same pattern is present on the ceiling as well.
Any indicators of arcane fuckery?
It does look like most of these have kind of symbols drawn throughout. Your assumption is that some spell could be placed here, and it might be kind of easier to kind of denote it as this specific space. So it's more or less like a target for some sort of spell, the spell of which you weren't aware, but you were assuming is roughly kind of not cube, but rectangularly shaped spatially. Perhaps some sort of ward, containment, magic circle, etc.
Yeah, we'll communicate that to the group.
Okay.
And we'll... Is this a basin?
It is. It is a perfectly clean marble basin that's kind of set into the wall. Looking at it, you'll note that there is a small, very tiny pipe hole at the bottom. Looking into it a little bit from a distance, you can see that it is also marble, but seems to be stained up pretty well inside, a kind of deep red.
Makes sense.
What do they do in this room?
Other than that, the other
Probably sacrifice.
besides the
people.
tools in that pipe, everything else is immaculate. There is a door on the northern side where Ballerina's standing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Open it.
Yeah, open it.
Okay. Upon opening
I
this
want to
door,
step on the thing.
you find what is the bane of most dungeon masters, a typical boring hallway that
Yes.
leads to the right and another door.
You
does-
know,
It does look like there are other markings on the ground, but they don't look like they have any form, and they don't look like they have any arcana written on them. Your assumption is that this might be kind of like an interlacing piece of the craft magic that was placed inside of this structure to kind of generate all of the magic in the field. But Nodder walks over to the other door and I'm assuming opens it.
Yeah.
You are greeted to a room that has two small antechambers. And the main hall of it, as you step out, you would see a massive skull symbol on the ground.
Belroth kind of does the arm. Like, all right, dude.
You know, I still don't have light.
Do you want, I mean, again, Bait's your light source.
At this point, now he's gonna light his own torch.
Okay, because we're small, we can stand kind of on the edge of it. It's fine. But yeah, boom, you have light. The symbol has a very narrow space that you can walk around it, if you would like to. But we know that stepping over it has been a problem in the past. This magic appears to
Yeah.
be present, though it is not inert.
The symbol is active. Be careful. Do not step over it.
Definitely don't step over it.
Okay. If you noodle around it, these small chambers, again, Panavalka, you would note, are similar to that corner chamber. And as you're looking at these placements, it's almost like they're placed like cells, like prison cells. So whatever magic is present in those squares must be some sort of like maybe a wall of force or something like that.
Mm.
Belroth, you walk over to the door. It has no symbolage on it. It appears to be locked, but it appears to be locked from your side. So you can unlock it here.
Okay.
In doing so, you enter into the main hall. You see that this room is more open than the rooms you've been in before. There is a staircase that leads down to another symbol of blood. There does appear to actually be a flowing sound, which you would note is disturbing as you see the source. It appears that blood is flowing in a small channelway in the center of the chamber directly in front of you, and in a cross pattern in the center of the chamber. You also hear the sound of lapping, like a tongue being inserted into a pool of blood and bringing up the substance to the mouth of what appears to be a dog-like creature. However, the back of it is covered in horrendous demonic chitin plate. Its teeth are surrounding the entirety of the mouth like that of a lamprey, and its tongue appears to have barbs on it like a rose's stem. These creatures
Horrible.
lap uninterested at anything else besides the blood that they are currently consuming. If you are trained in religion, you would immediately recognize these creatures as Canoloths, which are a type of demon.
They hungry.
hungry puppy.
They appear to not care about you, though, so you can feel free to enter at your pleasure.
I mean, we're not going to eat their food.
Yeah, do we know what type of creature would have these kind of
No.
creatures?
Sneak past there.
Someone that traffics with demons.
In this,
Or skulls and runes on the floor?
you'll note that you're about 5 feet above the main entryway. You can see the back end of the double door that you were warded from entering due to the skull symbol being activated. Set in front of it, there appears to be another gray square, but Nodder and Bait would both kind of look down at that and noticeably kind of understand that that's a pit trap. you can actually see the break in the middle from up here as you're looking down at it. It is not very well hidden. You would have had to have rolled perception to see it from the ground level, but since you're above it, you get it for free. There are a couple of markers.
Hey.
There are a couple of skull markers on the floor, as you can see. They seem to be warding against the columns for some reason, protecting the columns again. And yeah, the blood flows into this chamber from the large pools that the Canoloths are drinking from. It seems to flow out of this room through a hole in the ground near the entrance and through a fog wall to the west. The passageway that leads out of this space is completely blocked by gray fog. And Nodder, as you are the only one who's walked beyond the mists, you are the only one that understands the gravity of the mists. That, if anything, appears to be a walk into death itself.
Holy fuck. Notter's beginning to feel like this is directly related to the Gothias tree.
If you are not interested in dealing with that matter at hand, there's also a door on the left. There's also 2 doors on the opposite side.
Fate looks at the group, says speed run strats, and runs through the mist. No, I'm just...
You immediately fight the boss, and we're gonna have to do
It's
this.
Chrono Trigger.
We're gonna do this for 3 hours in game time. As we fight the same boss over and over again. No, JK.
Is there anything breakable nearby?
Not really.
Notter wants
Besides-
to plug up that hole.
The Canoloths.
I mean, anything's breakable technically.
Oh, sorry. Something that you would note in the center here, and it's not on the map, but it is certainly present. There appears to be a marble tile that's kind of raised up out of the blood that has kind of blood marking on it. And it looks like this. Did that show?
Not yet.
There it goes.
Are we able to see that from a distance?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Does it have any arcane significance?
Arcane,
Assassin's Creed, clearly.
no. Religion, yes. So it would definitely be a kind of strange twist on the goddess of life. And it also has a historic notation. But it does look like for religious people, it is a twist on the goddess of life symbol. For those of you who have history trained, you can roll it.
Nope.
Notter's good with nature. And nature only.
One trick.
Does shit in the woods.
Does a bear shit
Yeah,
in the woods? I fucking love shitting. So, does nobody has history trained?
I don't think so. Question mark.
No, I
Nope.
have religion
That's fine.
and
We just a bunch of dumb
Canna.
bitches.
No worries.
Got animals and athletics.
aminals.
That tracks.
Aminals. I have animal handling too.
Yay! Hooray!
So, do you want to
That's
investigate?
why we're with Nodder now.
How would you like to investigate? Which direction do we want to go?
I guess we
Uh,
can check out this.
Yeah, there's a door right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go to that door.
Absolutely. You
Why
open
mess with a good thing?
the door. And it seems to lead into a room that was very similar to the hallway you'd entered. However, looking into it, kind of stepping in, you would see that there is a statue at the end of the hall that appears to be
Goliath.
that of a woman. The woman in question looks familiar to Nodder in that she looks like a lot of the women you dealt with when you were in the Shadow Plane. Like a lot of them. There were a lot of women who were very identical in that space.
But
But you're thinking the wrong thing. It looks like Aveline. I was waiting for you to go, ooh. No, it looks very much like Aveline.
she lives.
She does.
You recognize this woman, Bear Lord.
Recognize a lot of things here.
Belroth would recognize it as well.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me
Valerina
feel
would
like,
as well too, wouldn't she? She's met Aveline.
Yep, that's true.
yeah.
Is
And
it some sort
Meepo.
of human deity or saint?
No, it's some. It was like a doll lady.
A doll lady? How morbid.
She's one of Nodder's friends.
Oh, sorry, Nodder.
Does the I grabbed the stone that she gave me, or was sent me.
Yeah, it's a jade stone. It looks to be currently inert, and it doesn't have any activation or anything. It's very much like a sending stone, but it's not. And this is the first time that Anavalka has seen it. It does look like a sending stone, but he's looking at this strange stone that seems to have a weird arcana to it. Like it's just a strange scent of magic. Like it almost smells like gunpowder and oil in the magical sense.
Would I be able to think like, oh,
Industrialization.
this is some artificer BS?
This is some artificer BS. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good deduction.
Artificers. Interesting.
How'd you know?
It smells like artifice.
Nada realizes that he's looking at the gem.
It tastes like a rock. It tastes like a rock. But the statue, I will point out too, this is for Ballerina Nodder Belroth. Its wrists are displayed. Aveline has ball joints, like a doll does. This does not seem to be constructed in that way. It doesn't look like they were patterning it off of an Undaunted. Looks like they were patterning it off of a living person.
Oh.
The other thing you'll note is the facial feature, that like the expression. This very lifelike statue seems to have, although much larger than life, is expressing is a almost like sultry smirk.
That's not Aveline.
It makes me uncomfortable to look at it.
You're right.
I don't think I should be looking at this.
That's them, but that's
Yeah.
not them.
Belroth is also uncomfortable.
Let's go.
Let's just leave.
You
There's
exit
nothing-
out to the
Back
sound
in and he steps back out.
of slurping.
Is anyone going to explain to me why there's a statue of your friend here? This is very,
I'm also concerned. It
very
feels like
disturbing.
we're being hunted. Like not as fully aware this is conspiracy level territory here, but it's like to see those paintings, to have necromancy back in again. It's all too coincidental. Like now I'm scared that they are after not something darker, but me and the people that took down Golthias before.
So they built the whole
Yeah,
ass
that would
tower
make sense.
and then made pretty paintings. I'm sorry, Bear Lord, but you're not making any sense. I'm pretty sure people didn't build a tower to try and kill you. Maybe
I've seen weirder.
what? Then
No,
building a
there's-
whole tower to try and catch somebody?
Mhm.
Nader looks at me and is like, "You're probably right. It's
I mean,
just
how
unsettling."
long has this tower been here anyway?
I've never been.
The tower?
I haven't either.
I don't know.
Don't know.
These damn skeletons messing with our
How-
stuff.
Yeah.
Months.
Nobody,
How far
nobody
up did you
has
say this
history
ledge
trained.
is? 5 feet?
So down to the position where the Camelots are, it's about 10 feet. Down to the position where the main walkway is, about 5 feet. So about 15 feet from ground level, quote unquote.
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And your position, you're able to kind of see into the blood pool, and it seems that there's like this weird sickly center to it, and it just keeps flowing, but it doesn't seem like it's flowing from anywhere. It's just like
Gosh, I want to plug these up so bad. Nader hates them. Nader like climb over the edge of the stairs so he doesn't step on the symbols.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at doing.
absolutely
Like
fine.
you just do like a weird step
Little-
over.
Yeah, drop down, walk around the outside. That
He's going the
tracks.
long way around.
I would go this
He's looking
way
at Ballerina
though.
like they're crazy. Come walk past the dogs.
Whoa!
Oh, where'd he go?
Stop
Is
walking
it?
through
Hold
walls.
on, hold on.
I still can't see myself. I'm like balancing.
You gotta stay with your light source. Stop trying to adventure.
The light source is in the little room.
I'm going back to the little room then.
Oh, cause that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix us here.
I moved it out. I'm sorry.
First off, restrict barriers. Stop walking into walls, and then Meepo.
Yeah. Don't let me do that.
Also, like when you start lighting a torch in frustration, Meepo will take it from you.
People know.
Give me that.
I think if we go this way, we have a more direct route to the
Yeah.
doors without any traps.
So like if I
You
Well,
jump
drop
it's
down
10
and
feet.
help
It's a
people,
10-foot drop.
Yeah, but if you like hang off,
it's
you
only
can just
5.
drop a couple of feet down.
Oh, you're right. I'm already over here.
Okay, you drop down. Do you want to drop down there, Ballerina?
But
Like,
this is a
No,
pit
it's-
trap.
No.
That's a pit trap.
No.
And this is
still-
a
I'm
death
basically
ward.
trying. Yeah, I'm not going to step on that tile. I'm going to step on this one and this one.
Wait a minute, John. I still can't see though.
Ah,
No, that's the thing.
no. I was trying to jump down here.
if you jump straight across and land, you're fine.
Okay.
Here. Oh.
Like on.
Bear Lord,
I still can't see.
Jesus Christ.
how about now?
I can see. I've been basically moving my token through the Twitch.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Dave.
Oh my god, forget it. I'm just gonna give you light. Everybody has.
Well, we can say that like Meepo is so close that you just have light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? Meepo's just gonna ride you.
Otter's ass. I'm okay with that. I don't need to produce my own light.
He could be on your shoulders.
You're producing your own
Yeah.
light. He's on your shoulders. That's it.
Hey.
We're doing that.
I can protect you better from up here. I can see the traps. It's a great idea. I'm glad I thought of it.
You're so smart, Meepo.
Makes me-
Yeah.
Okay, so as you walk past the creatures and kind of step down, you notice that their attitudes change. Their tongues kind of slam back into their mouths and kind of turn their faces towards you. They don't appear to have much in the way of sensory organs, but you do see two strange holes, almost like those of like a skull, kind of present above their teeth, and they seem to be making kind of moves like they're smelling in your direction. And as you kind of take your positions
Ew.
there, all of them kind of drop into like pouncing positions and seem to be very much ready to jump and
Oh, here we go.
fight. That's it. We're rolling initiative because I am fighting you and you're not surprised.
I am not surprised.
Yeah.
These things looked weird from the beginning.
God damn it. Highs and lows.
And just in case if you were curious, in the Discord, I posted a picture of what they look like. Fully.
Not
But
at
yeah,
all
I have
curious.
a disgusting image, but
Is it exactly
They're
what you see?
so cute.
nope. They are actually, yes,
I
they,
even
in a
want
weird
to.
way, outside of the tongue, they are a bit cuter than what I had imagined.
They're kind of cute.
Yeah,
Okay, let me see.
like they got little.
I'm
they're
notorious
wearing,
for
like,
calling
little-
everything cute.
They're wearing like little
Puppies.
suits.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of cute.
Just ignore the uncomfortable barb
He
tongue.
got little
Well,
armor
it's-
on.
It's kind of like a little
Yeah.
butterfly tongue.
Okay,
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
actually,
Belroth.
except it's
And
blood.
anyone else who has religion trained, you would know that Kenaloths are a type of fiend known as a Yugoloth, which is a neutral evil fiend. Technically leaning demon more so than devil. With that being said, you would also note that they have a very interesting innate ability. They create a bubble 60 feet out from themselves that inhibits any type of dimensional fuckery. No teleporting, no dimension dooring, no plane shifting, none of that.
Echo
shit.
Knight shenanigans.
Echo Knights cannot teleport, but they can be created.
Okay. So like I can't swap with them.
Correct. If it says
Okay.
teleport specifically, I bar it.
Okay.
But yeah, they are very much interested. It looks like they are very focused on anyone who's closer to the fog wall.
Hmm.
All right, everybody's rolled, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
Lee
Meepo?
and Avalka will have higher initiative than the Kenaloths. Okay, perfect. Meepo always goes on one.
Okay.
All right. Ballerina, you're first. It definitely looks like they are ready to fuck around. You are 5 feet down from them.
Hmm. But I can see them just fine, right?
Yeah, and if you wanted to address them directly, you could mount the ledge there. I would say it would only take an extra 5 feet of movement to and kind of get yourself up there.
Yeah. Or I can just do my favorite move, Sacred Flame on this guy.
Okay. Which one? The one on this one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's a dex save. Yep. It nimbly dodges to the side.
Wow.
It seemed it was like in
babies.
pounce mode. The bolt comes in and you see its head kind of twist and like jumps to the side. All right. Ballerina, any movement?
That's it.
Okay.
Gonna back up a little.
Okay. Bait.
The one he just saw get sacred flamed
Mhm.
is gonna run up to and try and that's Meepo within 5 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm just gonna do a regular attack with the lash knife.
Hit.
Do a 26 and a 24 hit.
They both do. Yeah.
Cool.
So 25.
Yeah.
All right. Second attack.
Um. Yeah. 16.
16 will hit. 9 won't. Okay. Flurry of daggers as you smash with this lash knife and stab with the lantern shield, kind of backing off a little bit as you kind of look at the damage that's dealt to it. These are non-magical, correct? Except for the lash knife.
The second one is non-magical.
You'll note that it doesn't do as much as you were hoping. It seems to be resistant to non-magical weaponry. All right, Nodder.
Nodder, is it an action to switch to one-handed axe and shield?
So the way I'm ruling it for this game, because it's a little bit more lax on the rules, if you want to switch your loadouts, you can do so in item interaction. So you can pull the shield and draw your axe without issue.
Okay. Then I am one-handing, one shielding, and jumping over to this position by bait
Okay,
and attacking this one. That
got
one.
it.
Oh, and I was gonna go in rage. I'm sorry.
Oh, if you want to rage, that's fine.
So
So
going in rage.
okay, you will have to make sure you mention if you're attacking recklessly or not. But I'm assuming since you're going defensive, that's probably not in the cards. 20 will hit, so it'll do 13 damage. Second attack.
Second attack.
13 will miss. So as you kind of hit it, you kind of cause its face to kind of like push down to the ground. And as you kind of raise the axe up a second time, not really thinking in your kind of anger, you hit nothing but plate. And you just watch this spark show just trace off the back of it as you realize the plate seems to be made out of metal, not something other, like not something organic.
Weird demon fiends.
Panavolka.
Okay. Oh, am I muted? No, right.
No, you're good.
Getting up the wall, the 5 feet is like 5 feet of movement, right?
An additional 5 feet of movement. Basically, you're just climbing.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
Hold on a second here. So from this position, if you are going to attack and fight in this square because it has a death marker, before you do, you'll have
Oh
to
no,
make...
I didn't see it.
Okay.
Oh,
You kind of... So just say you moved 5 feet up and kind of saw it as you were getting ready to mount it.
Yeah.
Saw it and said, oh, no. Not back there. So let's say 5, 10, 15 movement has been spent so far. You still have 15 left. If you want, you can go 5, 10, 15 and mount the other side and fight the
Yeah.
chaos on the opposite end.
yeah.
And on Nodder's shoulders like a platform.
And yeah.
Just climb on Nodder? I'm just
I don't
kidding.
think he could bear the weight of a
Probably not
medium-sized
steady enough.
creature. But yeah, Meepo or Bait probably. Well, no, probably not Bait. He's got a bunch of... No, both of them's fine.
Okay.
Anyway,
We are going
All of his
to
knives are in the magic pouch.
yeah.
do one attack.
Okay.
23.
23 will hit.
Kill me, don't guy's fucking head off.
And then we will do cantrip. So I'm gonna do green flame blade. So that'll be another rapier.
That one will miss.
11 will miss. Okay.
So
That's my turn.
your rapier is non-magical, correct?
That's correct.
You watch it kind of skitter across it, and that's why you kind of switched, drew the trace across the blade for the green flame blade attack, and just missed wildly, as it was basically prepared to dodge, seeing the setup. All right, the Kenaloths that are directly on you immediately just jump to it. They are going to tear. Sorry, before I get to murdering you, did you want to bonus action at all? It does look like someone used a resource rage-wise. This seems like a bigger fight.
Yeah. Let me
Blade song.
use my blade song.
Cool. So your AC will be much higher. Let's see. That's just a bunch of flavor text.
Is it? Oh, that's the wrong one. My B.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's the words. Okay, so you are currently at what, 20 something AC?
hmm
Massive. Okay, cool. They're gonna make
That's so cool.
attacks. The one directly in front of you is going to bite and claw at you. Its bite comes in wide and easily dodged, and the claws kind of swing at you in the same kind of fashion. The jump is very telegraphed. The one on the opposite side of you, kind of like over here, actually moves away from you. You can take an opportunity attack if you wish.
19?
19 will hit. Do you have Warcaster?
No.
So it will take 3 damage. You can see that your non-magical weapon does not seem to be
Style.
working well against it. As it kind of runs away from you, it looks like it's abandoning the fight. It then jumps in the air and like turns about full 180 degrees, lands and braces itself on the steps, and like pulls its head back, and its tongue flies straight out at you.
Mm-mm.
Like a
No.
gun, basically.
Like a
Like a
fucking
disgusting-
frog. A demon frog.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my AC.
On the nose? Okay, so it hits you. Its tongue wraps around your ankle. You feel the bite of the thorns as it lashes into you. You take 17 points of piercing damage. And you are grappled, and it draws you towards it. And as it's doing so, the tongue doesn't seem to hold that same position. It slowly traces its way around your body, around your arms, and binds you. And as it kind of pulls you in closer, you are restrained by it.
Ugh.
All right.
It saw the pirouette and was like, you're too nimble.
The other two are going to slam on the two in front of them. So one bite claws against Nodder. 25 to hit Nodder, and an 8 will miss Nodder. Nodder, you'll take your raging, so this will be halved. 25 halved is 12.
Okay.
And
That
then
is
versus bait,
18.
bite and claws. I believe your AC is high enough to block both of those. So definitely,
Nice.
as you go ahead.
Can I still use Sentinel, even though he was able to
Yes,
avoid
you'd
it?
be attacking the other one. That's correct.
Okay. Then, as it attacks, Nodder will swipe at it.
Hit. And that'll be 17 damage. All right. That said, for the flavor, you kind of rush and slam the axe against its head, causing it to drop for the first attack, the bite. But it seems to catch a hold of the shield bait, and you could kind of hear like a sickening kind of like nails on chalkboard. And as you kind of like duck back and look at the shield, you can see like all of these drag marks from its teeth across the facing of the shield. It then comes up
No!
with its claws, and you just kind of quickly, deftly move to the side. Belroth, you are up.
All right. Am I able to charge from here, or is this channel gonna hinder me?
It's easy enough to step over. It's only like a foot wide.
All right, so we're gonna charge at this one that's holding
Mhm.
Panivalka. Yeah, we'll just charge there.
That'll hit.
All right, and then
Now, because you
The-
dashed, because it's a part of Charger, the Charger feat, you only get one attack. So
Okay.
that'll be 15 damage.
as a bonus action,
No.
we got no
So-
bonus.
How it works for Charger, the Charger feat, is your action is dash, so you can move faster, and then you at the end of the movement you get a bonus action attack with extra damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a
I've
pretty good
literally
feat.
used it like once.
This, I believe, was the one time. But yeah, that's how that works. It's really good if you're trying to close the ground like a very large distance, or if you only have like one attack and you want to make it worth it. But a quick heads up, you may not have noticed, Belroth makes 3 attacks a turn, I believe, at current
Oh,
level. Let me double check extra attack for
Mhm.
fighters. Only for fighters. Fighters are special. You all are not as cool.
No, go get it.
Yep, 3
yeah, it
attacks
does
at
say 3
11th level.
times.
So yeah,
So that was just
Dang.
waste of my
no
attack.
worries. We learn by experience. Belroth done. It goes to Bellarina.
All right. Seeing this, we're gonna actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to Righteous Brand, it costs an action to cast that, correct?
Correct. Bonus action for Righteous Brand, actually.
Oh, it's a bonus action, so I can Righteous Brand and then also still
Attack.
attack. Perfect. Then I want to do that.
Double check me, but go
And-
ahead and click on Righteous Brand as the spell to see it drop its language.
The spell.
Yeah.
Okay. I tried double checking
Bonus action
it, but
up at the top there, casting time.
yeah. Okay.
And yeah, you see Ballerina kind of draw her hands across the length of the blade. It starts to kind of glow with radiance, the divine light of life. And then you go and fight it.
Yep.
And you deal radiant damage instead of normal damage because this is a fiend. A 19 will hit.
Beautiful.
9 radiant.
9. Yep.
Doesn't seem to be more or less susceptible to it.
No, can I still do
Smite.
no, the other one?
We get smite.
Do I have smite? Because
So
I don't
divine
have that on
smite
my
is a
sheet.
class feature for a paladin, so it should be on your right side, kind of stuff there.
I see it in the list of things, but it doesn't. I don't have
Hold on.
Isn't it supposed to have like a slot
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the side?
So if you look at your middle line, you see how there's a divine smite notation there.
Yes.
I believe if you click that when you attack, it will add it in.
Oh,
And-
okay.
oh, sorry. Always have improved divine smite active. That's just something you do
Oh,
all the time. So you're always doing an extra d8 with your attack damage.
okay.
And then for divine smite, it will be you spend a first level slot. It'll do 2d8
Okay.
plus 1d8 because it's a fiend. So if you're going to spend a first level slot, just roll 4d8 and we'll add that to the number 9.
Okay. 48.
Yeah, and then also make sure you change your slots remaining for first level down to 3.
Yes, I just changed that.
Perfect.
20.
Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. Okay, so minus 20 more. So Ballerina with the glowing sword of life smashes into the fiend, bringing about a very massive wound in its kind of metal armor. And yeah, no bonus action.
up.
Oh, bonus action's done.
I've
Everything's
I've already used my bonus
Wait.
action.
done. Oh, sorry. One.
Oh wait,
Hold on. One.
do I have the extra attack?
You do.
Yeah, but
Make a second swing. 28 will hit. Now you have to spend another spell slot to Divine Smite again, but improved Divine Smite will be on there. So
Okay.
it'll do an extra D8 regardless.
I'm just gonna do regular this time.
Cool. 17
Yeah.
more. All right. So bing with the hammer, and then bing with the hammer as it's just kind of smashing into it with these kind of bright pulses. Okay, before you go, Bait, sorry. It's actually Meepo, who is going to... you see him. He's too far away to make that happen. So instead, he is going to use his battle axe. He has advantage because an ally is adjacent to the creature he's fighting, and he'll make 3 battle axe attacks, each with advantage. Hit. Now
People got swole.
that many damage. He's been training with the best.
Mm-mm.
14 plus
Loading.
11 plus 12. 37 damage.
Noter.
Unfortunately, his weapon is non-magical. So having that. 30. Yep, got it. Okay, cool. Looks like a lot of like wild swinging. Definitely much more potent than the last time you saw Meepo, Belroth, but not really doing much against it because his axe is not a magic. All right, Nodder.
Nodder will change focus after his shield had been torn up so easily by the other guy. Like, like partially in like frustration with himself for letting it get torn up. So now he's attacking the one in front of Bait.
How did it become Nodder's turn?
Oh, sorry, I skipped
Bait
you.
didn't
Go,
go
go.
yet.
Skipped him.
Okay.
I love you. I did the thing. I did the thing where I clicked next, and I thought the person I was on was the person I was talking.
It's
about.
okay. I love you. We're doing this. So seeing Nodder rage, I am gonna Bait will bonus action rage as well.
Okay.
And then single attack with the lash knife, which is not gonna go over super well.
Second attack.
You don't have a second attack.
Oh, you're offhand. I mean, oh, you bonus action rage.
I can't because I bonus action rage.
Thank you. So hold on a second. How are we down? Bait went, and that means Nodder is literally the next person on the initiative.
Yeah,
at 9.
Yeah.
that's why it threw me off.
Wow, that
Yeah.
throws me off too.
We just rolled really low.
Yeah,
It's just crazy that it jumped from 20 to.
yeah. Nodder, you are the one that is up now.
Now Nodder swings at the one in front of Bait.
Okay, that'll hit. You did not say you were attacking
I wish
recklessly.
it could have been. I wish that could have been critical. You know?
You can say that you're doing it recklessly, and if you have inspiration, you can use it.
Oh nope, you can't do either.
All right, so 9 plus 3 is 12. All right,
And he swings again.
he does indeed. 14 plus 3 is 17. 2 solid landed blows against the creature. It is bleeding heinously. And you'll note that it's the same color as the blood that's running at your feet. It seems that it's also spitting up the blood that it was consuming. The holes that you punctured into it is also shooting out this liquid. The
It's
marble,
like fighting a sponge.
the marble is only blood red for a couple of seconds as it slowly kind of moves back into the channel way. All right, Panavolka.
You made him puke.
Nodder hates it.
Can I try to cut its tongue?
You are
Please?
restrained, so if you can attack it all you want, you have disadvantage on any attack rolls made during this segment.
And there's no way to get unrestrained.
You can attempt to teleport. Oh wait, no, you can't. You can use your action to escape the grapple, which will require either an acrobatics or athletics check, your choice. But it will consume your action in the doing.
Okay, give me 1 second.
And as you may be familiar with in 5th edition, if a creature with like a barbed grappling mechanism has you, they can typically do auto damage to you in subsequent turns.
Okay.
The
I have
camera-
advantage on Dex acrobatics checks.
Yeah, while you're singing.
Okay. So let us make an acrobatics check.
Okay. DC 15. 21 will do it.
21.
So you are free. You can move as you please.
Okay, that was an action though.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. It goes to them. After kind of rending yourself out of the creature's, just pulling the tongue off and nimbly escaping with that momentary escape, you see it's kind of turning its attention and kind of prowling after you, like a dog chasing its prey. And this one continues to assail Ballerina, or begins to assail Ballerina.
I was about to say.
The one that was moving like a dog, though, does move away from Balroth, leaving an opening. So if you would like, you can make an opportunity attack, Magpie. That'll
Sure
hit.
would.
Okay. I'm going to say that in the confusion, it gets hit, kind of yelps, and then turns back and prowls down the steps back at you instead. And it kind of then,
Oh my gosh.
in the last steps, kind of dives
Trapped
at
in a
you.
loop.
The claws and bite. The claws.
Does
Oh no! It didn't move away from her enough to get an opportunity attack.
Oh,
Didn't
that
do
would've
it
been
for
hilarious.
Ballerina though. Sorry, Ballerina would get an
Yeah.
opportunity attack.
yeah?
Oh, I would? Oh,
Oh.
excellent.
That would be hilarious.
Dumb
If
doggo.
opportunity attacks could be forever.
If it's stupid enough to keep moving back and forth, yeah, they're not
Yeah.
smart.
That's fair. They're pretty dexterous though.
Not really. They've just been rolling good.
Oh, okay. You know what? We can go with Sacred Flame.
Because Warcaster, correct.
Wow.
It'll miss. It'll take the 7 damage.
Yay.
Not really understanding where that came from or caring. It takes the damage and kind of sucks it up and will jump at Belroth. The claws miss. A 24 hits though for the bite, Belroth. You're going to take 28 piercing damage as it jumps at you. The claws kind of hit against your shield, dropping the height of it, and its teeth kind of come over the shield and its own claws and sink into your pauldron. You can feel that bite. You're like, yeah.
Yo, these demon things.
And in your head, you're
Right.
thinking, that's battle. That's
What is this meme?
Accurate.
You gotta play Solasta.
Yeah.
the two that are engaging with the bear boy and friends are going to do the same thing they did last time. Claws and bite against Nodder. Not today. That's 14
Not
and a
Day
15.
little one.
And then the claws and bite against Bait. Very similar to what happened with Belroth, except a little bit more grievous. You are raging though, correct? Bait.
I'm raging, and I can also block as well.
Okay, so the
So,
first attack misses at a 15. The second attack, I will say, hits. Do you wish to use any reactions?
Yes, I would like to react and try and block the attack.
Okay. And
Huh.
that means you gain a bonus to your AC equal to your proficiency bonus. I will let you know after the fact and your reaction being spent that the attack was a critical success. So
Okay, I
it-
just wanted to say that
No
because I
worries.
didn't know if you knew that.
I wrote the clip.
Cool. But you also skipped me in combat, bro.
Hey, that's just a normal roll 20 mistake that everyone has made before. The bite will do 51 points of damage, but have it 25.
That's still.
Oh,
They definitely hit like dump trucks, little dump trucks. They're little dump truck boys.
I love them.
I
I
love
will take them
too.
all.
That's why they're here.
Yay.
I would like to take every single one of you, please. And besides the blood and the weird paintings, this place is pretty cool, right? Oh, the undead, right? Fuck them too.
And the Death Lords.
Oh yeah, also yeah. The death cult symbol.
Little
Wait, sorry, am I
things.
grappled too, or was that the claw?
No, the tongue is what grapples. So it's got
Oh,
bite, claw,
okay.
or it can tongue.
I see.
It can also attempt to tongue and then claw. It's got a weird attack itinerary,
Okay.
to say the least.
Yeah, same.
Did I attack Ballerina? I didn't, did I?
No.
Claws and bites. Neither of those will hit your massive 22 AC. I will tongue if I so.
No.
Please.
Stop saying that.
Belroth, you're up.
So this is for the After Dark sessions.
We're just
You have to join the 18 plus Patreon for this session.
No.
All right.
we're gonna go ahead and just full range of attack here.
Well, I was gonna say, if you want, as your bonus action, you can deposit your duplicate
Oh, that's true.
in between it and Panavolca.
Yeah.
Give it something to mess with. If you, I think you still have the ability to do that.
No.
He's not in there. Okay, hold on.
No, he's in there, but I can't drag him.
What? Oh yeah, you just joined and I never gave you control.
Give me my boy.
I'm doing it. Don't yell at me. Okay, drag him now.
Okay. Give my boy.
So this is something that everyone's seen before in the party, but just for the narrative, and also some people who might be picking up on this the first time. Belroth is an Echo Knight. When he forms his Echo, the Echo is more draconic, a shade of dragon kind that appears behind the Caneloth and defending Panavolca. It seems to be equipped identically to Belroth, and some of these strikes probably come from it instead.
Yep.
And then one more attack. All three of those hit. So we're looking at a total of 25, 32 damage.
Oh yeah, there's literally like one person, two people that have never seen this happen on the party.
Well, no. You've traveled together for enough time over the course of a couple days. You've
Okay.
fought some zombies. They've definitely seen it. Yeah. Sorry. Unless you've been
Does
holding
not
back.
guess.
Unless you've been holding back. If you've been holding back, that's fine too. I just want to make sure that.
Nutter would still be a little bit impressed every time he sees it happen.
Yeah, because it is fucking rad.
Great.
So I would say like the two of them kind of mirror match the blades and kind of swing down into this Caneloth as they kind of tangle. There's these long streams of shadow that move from the Echo Knight, and you can see that blood kind of lacerates from the creature as it's cut down in this kind of quilting of blades with it in the blender center. Belroth done. Meepo is going to fucking let's go. He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him with his axe. He's gonna hit him.
Get him, good
so
boy.
hard. He's gonna say, "Hiya, hiya, hiya." That does all hit for that many and that many and a little bit more of that and that many.
Meepo, I like to think that Meepo just says attack recklessly every time he attacks, even though he's not doing it.
He can attack recklessly. That's not something he does, but
No, he's just saying it.
You see him.
Yeah.
You see him as you're fighting Nodder, and you kind of took some damage. He's like, "I'll protect you!" And he jumps straight forward, shield out first like a rocket. And as he does so, he brings the axe down so that the beard goes into the mouth of the creature. He then pulls himself up on top of it and smashes on its head and smashes on its head and keeps smashing, even though he only has 3 attacks. But it still happens, and the creature just starts sinking underneath him, and then it bursts and turns into kind of like this black cloud that like kind of fades away slowly but leaves this sulfurous smell. And Meepo kind of lands on his butt and then kind of gets up and goes, "What the fuck?" Ah! And looks at the other one like,
Wait, what?
That wasn't me.
those who are religiously trained, you would know that when a demon, a fiend, a Yugoloth, or a devil is killed in the material plane, they are sent back to the hell they came from, and they cannot re-enter the world for a year and a day.
Oh, there's no. You don't gain or lose demons. They are
It
constant.
Smells like
No.
farts.
Demons can die in the hells and in the astral sea,
But
we
not
got
here.
them, boys.
and they oftentimes do in the Eternal War, which is
In the
between
Astral Sea, the Cyberpunk nightclub.
the Cyberpunk nightclub. Ballerina, you're up.
Yes. We're gonna keep on keeping on with
Get
We'd
'em.
love to see it. Solid hit
yeah.
and second attack.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
All right, solid
So
blows.
that sweet.
I got the math correct. Yep.
15
Again,
and 12.
the loud popping of the hammer as it's slamming against the creature. The second hit that kind of you drop against it kind of smashes a couple of the teeth out of its mouth. They skitter across the marble stone, and you can see that as it kind of raises its, for lack of a better word, face up to face you, the nostrils are kind of like spitting out blood with each breath, and the tongue's kind of like lapping up to kind of like lick at it. All right, Ballerina.
That's pretty gross.
I'm
These
here.
demons, yo.
I'm here to
Yeah.
create disturbing visuals. That is my job, and I hope
Like,
I
I
never
love it.
fail.
But also,
What the
still
fuck
gross.
is wrong with
Basically, we're saying good job.
you? Okay,
yeah.
I appreciate it. But yeah, Bait, you're up.
Zach.
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 If you're talking,
There
you're
he
muted. We
This
can't hear
thing
you.
Going. Yeah. Fun thing.
Hit.
Both of them.
Yes, very much so. All right.
How's that?
That's a lot. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It does look like it's the first time it's really been kind of like fully like struck. It's been hit a little bit, but not like a lot. As you bury the blade into it and kind of rend it free, it kind of howls and it immediately kind of shifts its position down and forward, kind of trying to move between Meepo and Nodder like it's now you're my best friend. Let's fight. Do you use your bonus action to stab it?
Yeah, no, Bait is gonna look at him and say, "Come and get him," and disengage and start running this way to try and provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay.
If possible.
It's going to attempt to opportunity attack you.
I disengaged. Bonus
you-
action, disengage. I'm a
You're
rogue.
Right. You're right.
Can't touch me.
Sorry, my
Can't
brain,
touch this
my,
baby.
My brain wanted to make you feel bad about it,
Nope.
but my brain also knew the things I was saying were dumb. Bait done. Nodder up.
Nodder would like in the heat of the moment is very focused on crushing and destroying, and then seeing the attention get drawn on Bait, and Bait act as Bait would like laugh from his gut, like I love that, and then like would go and swing right at its head. We're like, go get him, you dumb thing. Tree bar one-handed,
Hit.
and then he'd do it again.
Hit.
Down and then back up.
As you bring the axe blades down, you kind of smash it in the head area, as you'd mentioned. The chitin plate that's kind of directly over top of its, like what you'd presume is a skull. It's not, but we'll call it that.
That's where the mouth is.
It breaks off. Like it doesn't break the plate. The plate just kind of off of it. You can actually see like this weird viscousy kind of materia that was connecting it kind of go with it. as you kind
I've
of
been
batter it
imagining this.
free.
I have too good of an image for this.
And you can actually see like these weird veiny muscular kind of like tendons on the back of its head like gyrating, and each gyration sends this spurt of like a misty blood out of the top of its head. Its attention changes to you.
These demon fucks.
These fucking things. Panavalka.
I mean, to be fair, you did just bust its head
You
open.
literally
Anything
busted its head open.
anything looks weird with a busted head.
Yeah, for sure.
So we do
It is not this normal state of being.
one
Nada was
attack,
hoping
a
it would be
rapier.
Well,
poofed in one blow.
that'll hit 7, so half is 3.
And we do another attack.
Are we attacking the ballerina one, which is more wounded, or the one in Belroth's vice?
Which one was on?
The one that's in
Was licking
Belroth's
me.
vice is the one that had you in the tongue.
Let's do that one.
Okay. Strike down. It takes 3. Okay. And then second attack will be with Green Flame Blade.
Uh,
So sorry.
End of turn.
I just saw Penny Valka spinning their sword for the second attack.
Absolutely.
They were just doing a flourish.
Not understanding the situation, but definitely kind of focused on Belroth, because it did turn its attention that way. It's not really worried about the things behind it. It's attacking straight in at Belroth. So it's going to bite and then claw. Its bite will miss this go around. Belroth, but the claws crit this time. So it'll be a total of 30 damage from the claws. All right. And then the one against Ballerina will bite and claw. 22 AC is saving you. The one against Nodder and Meepo is focused on Nodder, so it's going to bite and claw. And 20 AC will not protect you from the claws. You will take 11 points of slashing damage, which will be halved to 5.
5?
Correct. And then, as its bonus action, it turns around.
Shivers.
It turns around. Its tongue kind of drops down, grabs the weird metal plate, and sets it back on its head. And then the tongue flares into the liquid and starts gulping it up. And you can see what appears to be some sort of kind of helative measure reconnect the plate to its head.
Ew.
Belroth done. No, Belroth up. Sorry, my brain is dumb.
All right, so we'll do the 2 from me, 1 from Echo.
Hit. Hell yeah, okay.
Yo.
Now we're cooking with gas. Hold on a second
All that
here.
style, and then just finish it
Yeah.
with some panache.
Yeah.
Bear with me for a second. Gotta check something. Memento sword. Cool.
You need time to reflect on the mirror.
No, I was just trying to remember what it did. Okay. Holy shit. That's a lot. 17 plus 16 is 33. Not enough to kill it, but definitely enough to, again, kind of eviscerate it to the point where it starts bleeding. It starts to take kind of like a panic stature between the two of you, kind of like just something getting kind of inserted. So it's like jumping back between the two of you, trying to defend against both angles and failing miserably. All right, it goes to Meepo. Meepo is going to... Oh, sorry, hold on. Can we rewind a second? I forgot. I hit you with 11/5 points of damage.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Meepo's going to use his reaction. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm carrying a lot of weight over here. Bear with me. But he's going to use his reaction to use his protection fighting style. So he provokes, or he causes disadvantage, and the attack would have missed. So gain 5 hit points back.
Oh.
He jumps in with his white shield and blocks the attack.
I told you I'd save you, master.
Oh. Meepo!
And then he's like,
You tried to bite my bear lord, fuck you!
and then he'll swing a bunch on him. That second one's going to miss. But the other two very handedly hit.
Meepo is fighting better than Otter.
Um,
The student surpassed the teacher.
He's very much motivated. 12, 16 plus 11. The 11 would have been half 5, and so would okay, got it. Cool. Again, his attacks don't look to be doing as much, so it's not really paying too much attention to him. All right, Meepo done, Ballerina up. The one you are fighting looks frickin' close to death.
Good, because we're gonna
Kill it.
kill it.
Hit.
Yeah.
That'll be enough to kill it, actually.
18.
Yeah.
I just want to like. Oh shit! He disappeared.
Yeah, they disappear
Yeah.
so their bodies
Oh,
are
yeah.
left behind.
I just want to
Yeah.
breathe
That's right.
in its essence so it can't escape.
It smells like
Like
eggs.
farts.
Yeah,
Rotten eggs.
No,
Rotten
we're just
eggs.
not gonna.
Hot springs.
Can I move into the same space as
You
the?
can share it for a moment, but you can't remain there.
Okay, so can I move
Hop
forward?
down and then
and
move to the
then-
side. If you wanted to, you could just drop down 5 feet and then move
Oh,
to here
Yeah,
and then make your
and I'll
second
do
attack.
that. Yeah.
This one looks like it's about the same. 14 will miss unless anybody has inspiration.
No.
No.
I do actually. You gave me it during the Cyberpunk
I
game.
did. Do you want to use it on this
That's
attack?
true.
That's
Hell
so
yeah,
true.
crit that shit.
All right.
Hey,
Do you want to use a level of Divine Smite? Because that'll be doubled as well.
why not?
Okay. So click on your Divine. Perfect. And then we got really bad
lot.
rolls on that Divine Smite.
I know.
On the
I
first
did
half.
my
The
best.
second half was good. Yeah, holy shit. That'll kill it.
Yay!
Paladins killing demons. Who would have thought?
Yeah, never seen that happen before.
As
A
you're
combo made in heaven.
kind of the first person who's ran directly towards the fog wall, I will say that as you're kind of running up to that position and kind of looking into the fog wall, you would see that there appear to be people kind of moving around in the fog, but it's more or less just silhouettes and shadows.
Mhm.
Being religiously trained, you would know that this appears to be a look or a peer into the plane of shadow, and those
Yeah.
are the dead. Okay, Bait, you are up. It doesn't look like he's chasing you because Nodder hit him as well. Jump right the fuck back in and swing on him. And if you're talking, you're muted.
All
Fuck
right.
yeah!
That
let's
needs no
go.
words.
I'm okay without the damage being rolled. Yeah,
We just juked him. We just like
You-
that
it got
damage was
distracted
nice,
by bait and got
though.
wrecked, and then it got distracted by me and got wrecked.
you see Ballerina kind of smash one, causing it to puff into a cloud, rush over and smash the other. You kind of angrily rush forward, jump back up the steps, and dive bomb him with the lash knife and lantern shield. And as you kind of hit flesh, it just poofs away underneath your blow. All right.
As it dies, Bait turns and looks up at Nutter. He should have learned to chase bait. That'll teach him in a year.
And a day.
Love it.
Not her laugh. It'd be like, "Yo, bait, you surprised me."
It's
like-
all in the name. He winks.
Seeing the situation unfold as it has, you will note that nothing has changed besides the deaths of the Caneloths. Everything else kind of remains the same. The smell of sulfur very quickly kind of exits the chamber or fades to non-noticeable. It does look like there are the two doors to the north. And the pools of blood.
Otter will recommend that we avoid the fog door. The last time I had to cross the fog door, we weren't allowed to leave unless we left someone behind. So I'd rather avoid that for now.
Definitely does not sound like a smart idea.
Did you change your voice to sound more noble?
He did.
If you move to this door and open it, you'd enter in and you'd see that there's yet another hall with another statue, this one of a man who appears to be older, warrior-esque. The style of clothing that he is wearing is very much an ancient style of armament, and also not one terribly common in Osiria. It appears that this individual is dressed in the Aetan tradition, which are the fighting men who defended the elves during the War of Sword and the Serpent. Unlike the other statue, this one appears to be big enough that it's back to the wall, whereas the other one had a gap behind it.
Oh.
Otter doesn't know much.
Anything
about
magical
history.
here? Arcane?
Nothing at all.
Any religious significance?
The individual in question would be a historic reference.
And we are not good at history.
Unfortunately.
Next door?
It would appear
Agrees.
that upon opening this door, you find that it is an exact mirror of the opposite wing of this tower base. You circle around the death ward on the ground to the door, which leads to a hallway if you enter into it, which then leads into a chamber.
Another.
And in this chamber, you see the very familiar implements on the counter,
Oh.
exactly arranged as the ones on the opposite side. and the room with the painting of the woods.
Can I
That's trippy
nudge
as hell.
one of the tools slightly out of alignment?
Okay. You take a nice filleting knife and kind of just shift it to the side of it.
Yeah. Yep.
The door here is closed, but it appears that it is locked from the other side. Something you did not note on the door on the opposite end. Mainly because you entered it from a side that isn't the one you're in. And I gotta snap zoom as we are lost in the sauce. Okay, here we go. Cool. So, you can attempt to try and unlock the door if you want to try and utilize thieves' tools, or you can head back the way you came and check in the main room.
Not to be able to like push it open.
It is locked.
Like
Anyone got thieves' tools?
You mean like
with an axe?
physically force the door? The door is made out of metal.
Not
and,
wood.
When you open the door on the opposite side, it was a good, I'd say 10 inches thick. So
Right, it probably ain't gonna work like that then.
yeah. Treebar hates wooden doors, not metal ones. If you head back into the main chamber, as I mentioned, there's the blood that's present that the Canoloth seem to be very feastingly drinking, and that some of you might have noticed when it drank of it when wounded, was able to restore a bit of that damage. I don't know how fond you are of drinking blood. But yeah, and also the statue in the south chamber, which wasn't explored too much, appears to have a gap behind it, whereas the male statue on the north side did not.
Can we check behind that statue
Okay.
to the south?
If you
Could be
go
worth
back
it.
into that chamber and look at the statue, it just looks like it has a space that would fit somebody behind it. It's not a huge amount of space, but it is enough space to kind of get behind it. It doesn't look like there's anything to the statue on its back end or anything. But what you will note about the statue and the other statue up top is they are not a part of the structure. They seem to be loosely sitting on the floor.
So if we had enough strength, we could just
Move it maybe.
move it or lift it up.
Yeah. What's your strength score?
14.
No,
Okay.
I'm just down to try.
You get behind it and kind of push at it. It doesn't seem to be the case that you are the person who could do it.
Yeah, Nodder.
18?
Can Otter fit back there?
Okay. Yeah, Nodder, if you kind of shift back there and with your 22 strength,
Shoves his rolls in.
you are absolutely
22.
able to push the thing forward. Okay.
Anything?
Is there anything down there? Does not see anything.
Nothing happens. It just looks like you're able to push it kind of on this strange track.
Huh.
It's almost like it's settled inside the partition between the two marble tiles, like it's on a thin line track.
What if you push it in front of the door?
Otter will keep pushing.
Okay. It stops here. It looks like it's perfectly aligned with the doorway. And there's also enough space on the side of it to push it north.
Otter will push it north.
It slides to here and stops. And it looks like it's
Ooh.
perfectly aligned to be pushed
Push it into this.
this
Push it into
direction.
this. Push it
If your
into
goal is to push it so that it falls into the liquid, that is absolutely a thing that happens. Once it hits the liquid, it kind of sinks very quickly through, and that weird mode I had mentioned seems to disperse all the blood inside of the pool, which unfortunately I don't have the means of changing it at current, but I did, and I suck. But it changes from blood to water. The blood in the ground still has its presence. It's just that the fountain stops overflowing and is now filled with water instead of blood. Crystal
Otter's very
clear,
tempted
sweet smelling water.
and drinks the water.
And real quick, for those of you who play in the Friday game, this was a thing written by me, so there's no chance of weird fuckery from the water in the fountain. Swear to
I wasn't even concerned about that.
no worries. No worries.
No.
I was running out of a module and stupid shit. We're skipping past it, moving on. Do you want to drink the water, Nodder?
Not already said he was going to drink the water. He was very excited.
I just love saying that
God.
sentence. Do you want to drink the water, Nodder?
Nodder drinks the Kool-Aid.
Cool. Roll 5d10. You regain 31 hit points.
That's what he was hoping would happen.
I would too like
gosh.
to drink the water.
All right. You drink the
Seeing
water.
the new vitality.
Roll 5d10. Everybody can sup of the water once.
I don't need it. I'm feeling pretty good.
Wait, what did the water do?
Healed.
Oh, can I have some?
It has
How much does it heal?
5d10. Pretty good. All right. Do you wish to go and see if it works for the male statue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nodder's
does.
definitely.
It does. You slide it out, you slide it out, you slide it. It's a little harder to push on the edge here, but then once it falls in, it doesn't fit all the way. But if you finagle it and kind of push at it, it does go into the pool and disappears. The second it does, the fog dissipates.
Uh-huh.
Nodder like has an audible sigh of relief. It wasn't the same.
It looks
So
like
like
the pathway leads on to another
Bellath is just
section.
remembering the last time they moved statues and he got sucked into like a fucking succubus sex den.
Oh
What
shit!
happened?
Oh, good times. Good times.
Oh, went wild.
I was like, no,
Damn.
not that.
You mean he didn't enjoy that?
Oh, he came out with
so
like 3 hit
glad we
points.
didn't
He
send in
did.
Jai.
That is some funny stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna move us to the next section. And Bait, you have a light source, correct?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second. Perfect. And snap zoom. Bam. Okay. So up ahead, and this is before you kind of get to the point that you're actually at, you see what looks like a kind of ledge with a stair on the opposite side of the ledge. This is about 5 feet in height, similar to the lowest section. Looks like the blood is still flowing, but slower now that the fountains are dispersed. And it looks like it leads on kind of in a winding path through this long hallway with series of steps that go up 5 feet to what appear to be doorways or hallways. On the right, looks like it leads to an open hallway. On the left, looks like there's a door up ahead. Your dark vision is able to show that the roof appears to have this strange kind of white webbing pattern kind of across it. As you inspect it a little bit more closely, those of you who are trained in nature, which I believe Nodder is, would recognize this as mycelium, which is a kind of root-like substance generated from mushrooms.
Oh,
If you'd like, you can make a nature roll and apparently mushroom roll. Apparently, oh shit! Yep, nope. You're the Mushroom King too. So Saga,
Okay, lit.
my Sunday game Saga, they also had a Mushroom King who rolled like really high on their nature check to know mushrooms. The mycelium here is very specific. It kind of has like an almost purplish tinge to it. And you would note that this mycelium is a network that's connected to what are known as shrieker mushrooms. Shrieker mushrooms, once touched with light, shriek. And if those are on the ceiling anywhere and a lamp is running around, it will immediately cause issues. In that it'll be really loud and annoying. So it looks like the mycelium's growing outwards from somewhere down the hall.
Hey, I know these mushrooms. These mushrooms will alarm everyone of our presence as soon as there's any light.
Everyone with dark vision stares at Nodder, the only person who doesn't have dark vision, and the only reason light is necessary.
What?
Including,
Like we're all elves, dude.
What do you want us to do
Including
about
me.
that there, boss?
This is literally the greatest VIP mission ever.
Is it just me?
You're the VIP, dude. You're the
Yeah, just
VIP.
me.
Do you know how like the VIP will run out and get shot? That was you running on a death rune. You know?
Oh, you bud.
Notter will leave himself in the trust of his allies.
Does someone want to go up ahead and see if they can find the mushrooms and destroy them outside of the source of life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a better idea. I was just gonna close my eyes and let you guys just guide
Just hold
me.
my hand, me, but like, let's go, boss.
Aw.
So cute.
Sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes there were footprints where I was leading you. Sometimes there were footprints where it was just your footprints because you were carrying me.
No. Okay.
Meeple's too much. Meeple's too much.
So up, you said up this way is where it looks like they're growing from.
Yeah, or where they would centralize. That's absolutely correct. And if you're paying
Okay.
attention to the ceiling, I'll go ahead and pull it out of the GM line. So you would actually, the dark vision havers would see that it is right about there. There is a nice cluster of mushrooms, but one of them appears to be kind of larger than the others and fully grown. That appears to be the shrieker in question.
Will they shriek if we attack it?
If you kill it in one, you might be able to not cause it to shriek.
That's me, right?
Yeah.
If we have someone up there next to him, right?
You don't have to sneak up on it or anything. It's not cognizant. It is
Right.
a plant.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if
It knows
there's
you're
someone-
coming.
It is a plant.
yeah,
The lack
no.
of justice here. I'm the one that can't see, but I can kill plants. Ah!
We just guide him up and be like, all right, hit the pinata.
Oh, because I have the tree bar.
Yeah.
If someone wants to do it, Notter will share his weapon.
If you all want to like time your attack and like shoot it with a barrage, that also works.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That works.
I can Sacred Flame it.
Okay. If you're using Sacred Flame and like a spell that shoots at distance for Panavolca, you'll be able to take it in one. You don't have to roll for it. It's not massively statted out, and the AC is 5. So
Notter would also trust Belroth or Bellarina to use tree bar.
it's snuffed without an issue. As it's destroyed, you can see that the mycelium kind of starts to peel from where it was, as its kind of form drops to the ground, like radianted and the like. But you hear what sounds like the movement of trees in the wind, but with no wind, and that seems to be coming from up ahead.
We're also inside.
Yeah, well, there could be
Oh.
wind inside.
I see a thing.
You can see branches kind of up ahead that seem to be a part of a tree in a larger ceilinged area up ahead.
Are they moving?
They are. Like tree
there's
branches might move in the wind.
There's a tree down here and it's moving.
Notter would step towards the voices,
A
but
quick note: you pass a hallway on your way up. That is.
The lantern kicks back on as soon as they destroy the mushroom.
for sure.
You should be able to see again.
hey,
Can you
Was
see?
there
Yeah.
anything down this?
Yeah, I can see.
The hallway seems to go down for a while, all the way down.
Okay.
You would notice that there's another mycelium kind of growth a ways down that indicates there might be another shrieker down that passageway.
Can we knock it out?
Are we
real
able to
quick?
look at
Yeah, sure.
the hallway? All right.
The
Okay.
Shrieker.
We knock it out
Yeah.
like right here?
It's actually down further down. It's this way. You'd see the networking kind of there, but as you kind of move up, you can see that there's a hallway, and that same sound that you were hearing in the other chamber is present here as well.
Oh shit.
Ballerina, if you're going to very quietly kind of move around and
Yeah.
stealth it, you kind of look around the corner. Go ahead and move your thing down one more token. You see a
Oh.
tree that seems to be pulsing with life. It seems to have a massive mouth with like vampiric teeth kind of in its center mass. And its tree branches are vine-like, but almost arm-like as well. And inside of its network up above, you can see smaller twig-like creatures kind of maneuvering about, like just crawling and brachiating inside of its like twisted form. It appears to be mobile, but it does not appear to be moving. It does look like it could
It's just
ambulate
kind of
with its weird root structure, or they almost look like legs or
This
tentacles.
thing's cursed.
It's creepy. And Nodder, since this is happening in the dark, because they're doing stuff in the shadows there, you don't see this. But for future reference, when you do get to a point where you do, just in case you weren't paying attention, it very much looks like a Golthias tree.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was figuring it was just the tree.
It's the fucking tree.
Panavaka would use message, the message cantrip, to send a message to Nodder to describe
Okay.
what it is.
Smart.
Yeah, it's nightmare fuel. It's not-
There's a living
Just too
nightmare down here.
familiar.
There are also Nodder. You pass by 2 doors as you're kind of catching up with them, but keep in mind you are using a light source, and they said that there
Oh.
might be a Shrika this way.
Wait, we wanted to
Wait, I
kill
can
it.
see.
You haven't gotten to it yet. It's this way.
Oh.
And if
Can
you,
we cross without?
you can try. Do you want to cross?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do it
Okay.
stealthily?
I was going to ask both of you to make a stealth check. So yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh no!
So the paladin in heavy armor still manages to quietly enough move across the way. For
Wow.
The Lorena
Panavaka,
takes her still
who's
seriously.
probably doing like as the paladin's armor is like ching, 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 is also making noises, but inadvertently you get to the point where you can do the shrieker explosion thing.
Okay.
Pew, pew.
Sacred flame.
And I will note you see something, and it will matter here in a second.
Oh no!
Oh God.
As you destroy the shrieker, and it's falling away, bear with me here. You hear the moans of the dead coming from that chamber. When you
Oh
kind
my
of
god.
peer around the corner to see what it is, you are first hit by a wave of just the smell of death and rotting vegetation. And when you look
Delicious.
at what it is, it appears to be a mound of corpses filled with the root structure of this massive flower, which seems to be weeping. Its yellow petals are like weeping blood, as the ones that are not fully blossomed or still in bud-like states look like opening sores, and the ones that are open look like a massive like wounds. It is horrific, but you can also see that there are like corpses of people inside of its structure. And Nodder, you would note that some of them appear to be bear folk. If you come to this point to see it, the creature.
Do I know the thing is down yet?
Yeah. They let you know. The creature does not appear to be moving, like towards you or anything, but it does seem to be kind of undulating in its spot. It looks like there's a magical symbol, the teardrop with wings, kind of outlaid in front of it, and there are 2 reservoirs, 2 basically
Basin.
basins. That's the word I was looking. Thank you. That are present there that look very similar to the ones that were cleared out in the butcher surgery room.
This is abomination to all nature.
Yep.
Nodder.
Also,
Oh,
just
sorry.
really gross.
Nodder, Bait, and Belroth. I need stealth checks from you guys as well. You passed the chamber. I forgot about that.
Oh, baby.
Oh no.
You would ask for stealth?
Haha. And Bait. Haha. You're all fine.
We did it.
And you get to that position. You would see that there's a hallway that leads further away from the horrors.
Literally
Um,
critical success and
but
critical
You've
fail.
also passed
Right?
a couple more doors. So there's 2 doors there. There's 2 doors back the way you came. And then there's some more doors down this hallway. And you would know that the massive chamber where the tree is located has another exit way that's kind of on the opposite side down that way. You could see across the chamber it was in, which has a much higher ceiling than the rest of the chamber.
Does Nodder notice anything weird about this room?
The bear folk corpses inside of the corpse flower, yeah.
Nader wants to destroy this thing. He hates it. He hates this stuff. He hates it all.
It smells like death, and as you kind of approach it, it's foul. Do you wish to approach it close enough to melee attack it?
Yes.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
No. There it is.
Success. It smells of death, but you have lingered in death long enough to be able to tolerate it.
Belroth would join him.
Yeah, Meepo's obviously there. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. I'll keep this in a somber music because I don't think
And then
this fight's gonna last too long. but-
Before like we start like hacking at it, is there anything about it as like a undead thing that I would know about with religion?
This is absolutely something you've never really seen before. It will not require a religion check because it is not an undead, but it definitely does not radiate about death to you. You would know it's not.
Was it something created through arcane?
Nature is the
Fuckery.
roll you need to make. Sorry. And if you were curious as to what it looked like,
No.
Fair.
Not at all.
everybody rolled.
Oh, that's a Kingdom Death monster right there.
That's
Yeah, I know, right? All right.
It's not
Oh, initiative.
quite
Sorry.
horny enough to be a Kingdom Death monster, though.
It's
Not
not
all of
horny
them are
enough.
horny though. Not all the monsters are horny. Some of them are just gross.
They're pretty
mean, that's-
horny. To be
yeah.
fair.
I'm fucking
Ballerina,
horny about the deer.
I
rolling
haven't seen the deer.
insanely good on initiatives. Might be the advantage. You get first action. It does look like Nodder. Well, actually, since Nodder's the one who's triggering the attack, I'm going to give Nodder a surprise round. Everyone else is not acting because they weren't expecting him to walk in and hack and slash. So, Nodder, go ahead and take your attack. Everyone else is just going to cycle.
All right, deal.
That'll hit.
He's like,
Not raging.
how
right?
not? Yeah, actually, he is raging.
So you're using another rage. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So that'll be.
even though it's worth. It's just
Okay.
like this. Just seeing this would definitely trigger
I,
the rage.
I love role playing. I do. Second attack.
He would be
That's
he would be incensed by seeing this.
So you start smashing into it. You can see kind of the bones breaking apart, the corpse bits inside kind of moving astride as you're smashing into the core of it. And as you're hitting it, you're actually kind of surprised to realize that it starts to grow to meet you and seems to be pushed off of the ground with its root structure, like the picture. All right, so we cycle through everybody, and then we go back to the top. Ballerina, seeing this, you would note that it is quite devastating looking. It's very massive. I would like before we get into it, Belroth, since you stepped in and so did Meepo.
I already did the Constitution.
Cool. I see it. Wait, I see it. Yep. And then he gonna make a save. He did not make his save. He is a sick little boy. He starts throwing up into the basin.
Oh God, Meepo.
He's a poison boy.
Oh no!
disgusting.
Ballerina, you are first.
Seeing that it's making people throw up, which I mean, fair.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred.
Awesome. Okay. It fails, so it's going to take a ton of damage. It won't take the improved divine smite because that only works with weapon attacks, but it'll take that plus 16. No worries. Keep it checked
Sorry.
off anyways. It's just it's easier
Yeah,
for me to ignore
okay.
it than to have you keep checking it.
Fair. So 16.
Nodder, you are up.
Still good.
Nodder would like shove at it like slightly with its shield just to get like more arm range for it, and then swing at it with the tree bar.
Oh, sorry. At the start of your turn, you need to make another con saving throw.
Oh God.
Oh wait, no,
Alright.
sorry. On a successful save, the creature is immune to it. Ignore what I said. That'll hit.
Okay.
You're not really high on the kill plants damage. I was kind of hoping for
I'm
more
not,
there,
yeah.
but yeah,
Unfortunate.
that's a good first hit. Second hit,
Second hit.
that'll work. Okay, yeah, just go into town and you're ripping it apart. You can actually see fragments of more substantial corpses and the bones of kind of older corpses kind of breaking apart out of it.
God, yeah, this is like years of therapy for Nodder.
Oh no.
And yeah, Belroth, you are next on the docket. At the start of your turn, you don't have to make anything you already saved against it. Give it to me, smash my face in. Okay.
Oh shit!
I do good.
All right. As Belroth steps in to aid you, Nodder, you watch as hold on a second. I'm not removing it from the thing. I just had to slide it over because it's on the edge of the map, and I couldn't. Smashes its back down into the basin it was kind of sitting in, and just rends in the center of it. You can hear kind of like a sickening pop as the sword twists at the last strike inside the heart of the thing. And when I say heart, I mean more like a artichoke heart, not so much a beating heart. Pops out and kind of rends out this kind of white, just plant flesh, and inside of its core, it appears to have a strange, like almost flesh-like sack.
He like is just like, get it off my sword.
Yeah.
And Nodder like grab it and like try and tear it apart.
Yeah, if you do so and kind of rip it open, like still raging. Inside is this weird kind of gory matter that is kind of mix of viscera, plant materia, and the like. The sack interior is kind of greenish. If you've ever seen the movie Troll 2, which if you haven't, you should. It's a marvel, a masterpiece, one of the greatest films ever put to film. It's kind of that soupy green material that people turn into when they are forced to eat the food in Troll 2. Sorry, spoilers. I apologize.
Why would you do this, Jonathan?
So sorry.
Wow.
I know it's your favorite movie, but come
It's
on.
my favorite movie. But yeah, that's the material that kind of
Oh, jeez.
exits out.
Nodder would look at this and be like, "This is gross shit. This necromancer is not normal."
You would hear what sounds like wood kind of being dropped out onto the stone from the tree area.
Nodder would make a mental note to come back to this room at some point and would step out closer towards the tree area then.
Okay. It now sounds like sticks are being tapped against the ground repetitively.
Oh, man.
They're coming for us.
It doesn't sound like anything's coming towards you. It just sounds like things are kind of moving about. And
Is he able to peek?
Nodder, if you peek over, you see something to your horror that you haven't seen in quite a while. You remember when fighting Bellic the Outcast that he had a number of strange plant-like creatures that aided him.
God.
Twig blights that appear to be kind of moving about the chamber and kind of peering about. Just peeking out is going to force a check, so go ahead and make a stealth check if you're trying to remain hidden. Or
Man, I was hoping they were gonna be bow truckles.
or a YOLO check if you want to get into it. Okay, you're a stealthy. You're a stealthy bear, a sneaky stealthy bear. But yeah, you
the bushes I was talking about before.
see the tree blights, and you would know that they're not a horrendous danger. But the main creature in the center there, he might pose a problem since he's a lot more active than you remember that tree with an axe being.
Nodder look at you everyone and be like, "You want to kill this thing?"
Might as well. That's what we're here for, aren't we?
We will follow you into battle, Bear Lord.
Nodder rolls in.
All right. Since they are not surprised, they are kind of on alert. This tracker should modulate your initiative rolls, your new initiative rolls, but I'm going to just keep it saner and just say, since it's just beating right into it, just keep the same ones. That's easier.
That tracks.
I will say your rage is gone, though.
Rage again. That makes sense. Definitely had to have moved at least once without attacking something.
Well, if you rage again, that'll be your third use, and I think you only have one after that, do you not?
Yeah.
Might not be the best plan. But yeah, the ceiling in here is about 50 feet up. And the creature you are fighting against stands about 20 feet tall.
This thing.
Yeah, the tree. It will shift its position at the beginning of the combat because, of course. And
Yeah, I wasn't able to stand in a proper square.
yeah, it
next
will.
to it.
It will reveal that it is kind of on top of a strange symbol. Okay, everybody's rolled. Let me switch the music. So we're doing a fight. I believe this is the first time we've fought a tree. So let's go. Ballerina, you are. Oh, why do I not have an initiative for him?
I don't know.
There he goes. Descending. It is
Meepo too,
Meepo always goes on 1, but I'm going to add his token so I don't skip him.
just so you don't miss him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would be right next to the Bear Lord, of course. Cool.
So we're gonna.
Sacred Flame it.
Yeah. How'd you know? And we're doing the big boy.
Yeah. That will work. 21 damage. All right.
Oh, 2 8s. Beautiful.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Nodder.
Nodder will swing at the tree with tree bar,
Hit.
trying to see how will it takes damage.
You said you were spending another rage, though?
Yes.
Okay. 9, 10, 11, 14, and 14, 16. Solid blows. You can see that as you strike the creature in the trunk, each blow seems to pull back a bit of sap, but it also seems to leak out a bit of mist.
Hmm.
You remember the last time you pulled this tree out of, or this axe out of a tree?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nodder done. Belroth up.
Alrighty. Just gonna manifest the echo right here. We'll move in. And then we're gonna do the full.
So 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead with the first attack. That'll hit, and that'll kill it. Second attack, I'm assuming against this one.
Yeah.
Hit it. Go ahead and throw it. That'll kill it. And then the third attack from the echo on the one at the steps.
Yep.
Hit and kill. All right. As you cut into these things, they very quickly kind of splinter apart and kind of break across the ground, just kind of dashing like a bundle of sticks that's been just kind of thrown loosely on the ground. They seem to be nothing more than kind of an amalgam of like very kind of dry wood that's formed around a very kind of wet, like vine-like structure in the center. All right. Next up is Panavolka. What?
He
really
accidentally.
excited.
he
Yeah, I
got too
definitely
excited.
accidentally clicked the button on the page.
Look,
It's
fine,
just
fine.
scrolling with.
Yeah.
He's ready.
I just want to stab shit.
Well, you will go before the tree blight. You have a better dex than it. Okay.
24 and the one in front of me.
That'll hit and roll damage. Click on the word rapier.
Yes, sorry.
It's okay. That'll kill.
Oh shit. Okay, then we'll hit the next one. Wait, I'm
Well-
gonna move
Yeah, hop up if you're gonna do what I
Here.
think you're gonna do.
and then
Green flame blade.
yeah, hopefully I'll hit one day.
That'll do it.
Yay! Okay, so that's the one in front of me.
Yeah. Now you should have. Hold on a second here. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's exactly right. So the 6 will go against the one that you hit, and that'll kill
Yeah.
it. And then the 15 will dance from the blade to the other one. So you've seen Panavolka swing. I'm going to say canonically, this is the first time you've seen Panavolka hit with the green flame blade, because it's funnier for me that way. Strikes the first one dry, and then pulls the blade out, and then sweeps the rapier kind of in a, almost like a maestro, kind of like, performing, and kind of causes this green fire to dance across the two and burn them entirely into nothing but just ash. Any other movement? Back behind the shadow, or?
Hold on. We'll move here.
Okay.
Can I make it up there? I think I
Yeah.
can.
Since you are jumping up onto the dais, you would note that these two kind of strange kind of dishes, massive kind of bowls, almost like big punch bowls, are filled with blood. Of course they're filled with blood.
Forbidden punch.
Fuck this place.
Oh my gosh.
Bloody Marys.
The vampire punch bowls. All right, Bait, you are up. What are we doing, Zach?
Okay. So 5.
Dab it.
Yeah. I don't have a lot else going for me.
Don't doubt yourself.
Hey, when you're good at something, stick with it, right?
Can't argue with that.
Lash knife.
That's battle.
It's battle.
All right, that'll hit. You're attacking the tree, right?
Yes.
Okay. Damage.
No, yeah. Give me 1 sec. Uncheck.
Okay, so
Woof.
22. All right. And offhand attack or no?
No.
Okay. It goes to it. It starts kind of flailing about, but before it goes, you watch as the blights kind of move across the field of battle very quickly and very deftly. All right. I'll make 3 attacks against Panavolka. I'll make 2 attacks against Bait, and I will make 2 attacks against the Shadow. Miss on the Elf. I know you're not currently in Blade Song, but I didn't roll over a 15, so I'm pretty sure we're good there. Miss hit on the Shadow, which means it's gone. And then attacks against Bait, miss and miss. All right, cool. It goes to the big tree, who is going to flail a shit ton. It flails so hard, it
It
will
falls and dies.
make 4 attacks. 2 branch attacks, 1 and 2. 26 versus Panavolka. Will hit for 12 bludgeoning damage. And a 14 misses Belroth. It will then use a bite attack against Nodder. 22 hits for 24 piercing damage. You are raging, so it'll be 12.
12.
And you watch Bait as the roots that appear to be like a tentacle-like structure. A few of them seem to kind of snap around your ankles. 18 misses, though. You're able to kind of nimbly dive out of the way as they kind of try to spiral up and catch you. Lots of grappling in this. All right, that's it for the tree turn. Meepo will... Oh, sorry, hold on. Would a 21 have hit your AC, Nodder?
Yes.
Okay, so he jumped in the way, but he wasn't able to block the bite. I gotta keep remembering Meepo.
Meeple.
He's such a good boy. He's just doing his best.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hit him with my axe, boss. I hit him twice. And I do 34 damage. That's really good. Good job, Meepo.
Real.
Yeah.
He starts following suit with the axe smashing into the tree trunk. Good times are had while. Ballerina, you're up.
He's probably
Hell
stronger
yeah.
than we were when we met him.
Yeah, he was so baby.
He was baby.
That's what we call a story arc.
He's
Just a little bit of one.
He grown up.
He had grown up.
And if Christopher
Uh,
Perkins is to be believed, they typically only live about 11 days, so he's definitely outlived that by quite a lot.
it's the magic that we brought through the realm with us.
That's it. They don't really live 11 days.
So I'm gonna move
You got a bit more dragon
here,
in him than kobold.
and we're gonna righteous brand.
Hit. And I believe you don't. Yeah, I was going to say you don't need to roll. It's going to kill it regardless. And then move up in second attack.
Yep, and then that one,
Mm-hmm.
same thing.
That'll hit. And again, automatically kills it. So
Ta-da.
break all of them. Like you hit it on the
Yeah.
top so that it like causes the bundle to kind of like
Mhm.
smash and break into multiple fragments. And that weird kind of husky middle part kind of just is splintered by its own parts.
Yeah.
And then you move to the second one, do likewise. Do you want to continue moving?
Yeah, we'll go up here.
Okay. In doing so, you move away from the thing. Its spinning branches kind of snap down. One of them strikes at you as you move out of its adjacency.
That's fair.
22, I hit you. You take
Eh.
17 points of bludgeoning damage as you're buffeted by the flailing branches.
Wow.
All right. Ballerina done. Nodder, you're up.
Nodder still faces his true enemy,
Mm-hmm,
the tree,
Nice.
the true representative of all he hates, nature.
No.
Oh, we're
the
not
true,
more on
the
here.
true representation of all I hate, the defilement of nature.
It is
Yeah.
the
Weird
defiling of
magic.
nature. That's very true. He does hate this.
Like I was joking about it being my enemy, but now I'm serious. Now I'm serious. Hit.
That is a hit. Sweet.
And yeah, that's a big hit. Okay.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you
I'll
want
roll
to,
the crits too.
Yeah, it auto rolls the crits.
Sweet.
If you want to narratively describe how this works, you can. Otherwise, I've got a really cool idea in my head for how it goes, but I'd like to, let you have the floor if you got an idea.
Nodder comes down at it with the first chip and sees that he got good teeth into it, and so he goes under and chops it like a tree. So-
Wedge
and
Timber!
it comes down
wedged
like
it.
timber.
So you would see that Meepo's kind of cut on one side, and your first chip kind of towards the center, and then you bring it around to the other side and cleave it in just such a way that it causes it to split in the middle, and it falls backwards. It kind of slams back into this kind of space here, and its branches kind of hit the blood and cause a little bit of it to spatter out, which would be what you see on the map there. Its form lays dead, and you watch as the blights around it start just kind of like shaking, twitching awkwardly, and then fall to the ground, each one of them kind of just breaking apart into dried out twigs. So this room is now
Not-
covered with just broken foliage from where the twig
Not-
plates were.
Nodder shakes the blood off of his axe and goes to think out loud, like, was this tree casting magic? And then notices the skulls on the floor right before he was about to take a step.
The other thing you would note too is the top portion fell back and away, but it wasn't like fully rended in half. It pulled the roots back with it, and its roots are kind of up, and you can see the underside of it. What you can also see is the markings on the ground beneath it, which appear to be the death symbols, as we've seen before, circled around a specific circular glyph in the center, laying out on that glyph in the middle, basically right directly underneath where the tree was, is a single finger. It appears to be the ring finger, a pale humanoid creature with a ring on it, a signet ring. The signet ring you see is the signet ring of Torinor, the house of Golthias. And that is where we'll leave off for tonight. We'll pick up next session with more fun and what the hell is going on in this fucking place. This is scary shit. We love it. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.